didn't know who she was at the time.
All right, welcome to Nycos
Pretty girl that I was sitting
DND.
on.
I am the Game Master, Jonathan Alvin, and I'm going to have my players introduce themselves as usual. This week, please give your character name, class, race, and how you will spend your golden years on this island.
Okay.
If that doesn't scare you, I don't know what.
Okay.
I was like, oh.
Okay. I'm Matt. I play Kern with an E, the Traloran Elf Rogue. I assume it's going to be on the white sandy beach, sipping something from a coconut.
There we go. Coconut drinks and caviar dreams.
Suntan beauties.
Exactly. Only one though. Careful with that.
Hmm?
So there's only one though. Be careful with that.
I'm Jean. I play Tiara Sunfire. I will be spending my golden years not on this planet.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
If I succeed and can gain enough stature with amongst the ranks of angels, then I will go back to heaven. Elysium.
Back to Elysium. Yes.
I'm Alan. I played Gesh Silver Mulberry. And I don't know it, but these are my silver years, or my golden years, since I'm 69 years old.
That's true.
So you're watching my golden years.
How are you spending your golden years? Doing just this.
Yes.
I'm Lucius King. Ranger, Monster Hunter, Human. Probably hunting shadows and probably turning on everybody, thinking that it's their fault, that they're all demons.
Practicing your face splashing.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, just to make this even worse, the episode title is Silent Screams.
What?
Oh, great.
Silent Screams.
Silent screams.
Okay, so as we left off last time, you'll have to kind of help fill Matt in as well. Since
Oh.
he's here.
I can't recite the notes because I never took any last week.
That's right.
We went back to the ship after we gathered. Well, you disappeared again.
Went back to
the
what's his name?
Amber Holt.
Amber Quill.
Amber Quill.
Quell.
Quell.
Well, okay. And we went back to the Amber Quell.
Everjoy.
We went down into the hold.
Mm-hmm.
We did examine the chest that was down there. Saw it was 4 layers of 60, or 6 layers of 60. 6 layers. 4 layers of 60 bottles. 1 was missing, and so was he.
True. And Eglet.
He and Eglos are both missing.
Yeah, they're both missing. We
Eglet
went
apparently still
through the ship carefully. We were going through it. We got to a point where we had to go down into it, and you guys were walking across the keel of it, and there was things in the water that started biting you, and these swarm of little fishies were chewing on. So they got back out, and you used the gun of Thunderwave, and he popped.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually, because you could try. They tried stabbing at him, and these things were like quicksilver, and they were gone before you. You know, they felt the pressure of the water, and
There were like
Gone.
hundreds. So yeah.
Didn't
there's
someone
about
light
100.
them up?
huh?
Yeah, eventually I think I...
Yeah.
Yeah, we picked up a
Yeah,
bunch of them.
you eventually burned him as well because you hit him with the thunder wave, which caused them all to be stunned. So they're floating on the surface, and then somebody else dropped a fire source.
Yeah.
Oh, because they saw the oil on the water. So
Right. I think that was Tank.
yeah, I think that's true. They taping
Because he and I didn't immediately figure out what the rainbow color was.
Squeaky chair.
I think that one's probably safe.
Yeah. Switching chairs with
But you want the squeaky one completely out of the way because we don't want Tay to have to sit in it. Because
Well, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
I think that's cross that bridge, but okay. You don't burn your bridges.
We then proceeded
You should burn them out. You should burn your bridges before you get to them.
further into the ship, and when we got to the other side, and there was a ladder up. Those two noticed that there was something up on the rungs like a wetness or a slickness on the rungs of the upper part of the
That
ladder.
was actually got reversed.
before, yeah.
That was before.
That was before?
That was before. You ran into that before you guys decided to.
Yeah.
Okay.
In order for me to illustrate why parties don't split, I basically wanted to put you in a place where you obviously would think of splitting. So before that, you had a combined encounter with.
Oh, he,
And there is
was it Tay and I went off down the corridor?
Eventually, but
Yeah.
that's after the Ray Leon account. When you guys ran into Ray Leon, that's the girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you found out her story.
Okay, and he sent a torch up there and
And
methane gas and
I
then
brought a tear to Tiara's eyes. I told that story.
Tiara.
Yeah.
She was very sad because she doesn't know the whole story because he didn't explain the whole story. But she was sad for the loss of life and that she couldn't reach out to her because that's what angels do. They reach out and get
No, I get
her.
it, but it warmed my heart to see that. I
Oh,
brought the
you
tear to
don't know how
yeah.
easy I can
You
just
gotta-
bawl with sad things.
Yeah, it's like death saves. If I get tears and or death saves in a game, I'm doing it right.
Yeah.
If I can get tears and death saves, that's even better. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Yes. Everybody know that.
Drifter's back. Everyone say hi to Drifter.
Hey!
Welcome.
After the encounter with we never discerned whether she was legless or not and had fins down below, but she certainly was dragging herself across the
No,
deck.
she was dragging herself for other reasons. She had legs, and she was actually crying. Remember, she was crying oceans of salt tears.
Yeah,
She was not human by any stretch
yeah,
anymore.
I don't know
Whatever it was she was before, she wasn't that.
yeah. And she
And
doesn't.
then you guys
know.
decided,
Lighted.
and that's the first place you decided to light up. So we lit up there and burned that too.
That was mostly Alicia's decision.
He tried
We
to.
went
I love that bit.
we split off for a
He
bit.
says, I'm going to roll to miss Tay, because Tay's
We
upstairs, and Tay
joined-
can actually capture. Tay can actually capture thrown items when they're thrown at him.
Yeah.
So he specifically says, I'm going to try not to hit him, and rolled a 1. So it came right at Tay, and Tay grabs it and holds it back over his, moves it to the side,
And then realizes he's in a chamber full of methane gas.
and blows up.
and blows him up, throws himself out of it.
Well, we found out what happened
I'm
to
still
Tay.
poisoned, so not thinking straight.
Right.
That's true.
I was cured.
Right, and you stopped seeing the vision. As soon as
Oh yeah. Okay. Now.
you're the only one who can.
No, I got cured too, but I didn't like how it happened.
You didn't like getting cured?
Tay used a little octopus.
That's right. The
Oh
squishy.
yeah, the
I used the
octopus.
squishy
That's
clothing.
where I was knocked
I
out,
did not.
and then he was knocked out. I mean, we
But
both.
we did meet. I want to describe him as a leprechaun. Some
Oh, we met.
fey creature.
Yeah, we met some crewmen
Yes.
humming,
The actual term
playing a
for it,
harmonica,
Corey.
and
Ponto.
the ship seemed to be sound. And we talked to him, and he said, "Well, we need to see the captain," and we're kind of, oh, sure, yeah, we need to see the captain. Well, we went to see the captain,
And you saw the captain.
and we saw the captain, and the
They
ship.
couldn't.
They couldn't.
I
could
couldn't,
still
I
see
wasn't
it
here.
because I was
You were
contaminated,
still infected. Right?
and you were contaminated. So we saw the ship functioning, still going. Not sure where. Would have loved to ask him where you're going right now, but didn't at that time, and I don't think we're still there.
No.
Okay.
No, we got cured and we don't see that anymore.
Yeah, we don't see that anymore.
You're back to
Well,
single
Tay and I
nucleus.
watched you two guys.
So it's almost like in this time storm, there's two separate things going on.
At least 2.
At least two.
Yeah.
So something else is happening here that these people are still in a reality where they exist and they're functioning and going somewhere and doing something. And we walked from the one reality that we're currently in into this other reality.
As
And
far
then-
as you're concerned. As
Yeah.
far as everyone else is concerned, you just went loony. You were talking to skeletons and things that aren't there.
Yeah.
Except the captain's real.
I go loony.
Yes.
So whatever it was. Oh, and I do remember the captain
No
said
pirate.
they had thrown the yellow
Right.
rum into the midships. Now we were
The yellow
yellow rum.
Mm.
And that led me to believe it might be spore-infested rum. I mean, yellow being this current thing that we're dealing with.
Could be.
Could be. And so maybe we should look, and he said a midship. So we were on the very back, we've been to the very front. I don't think we plumbed the depths of the midship.
No, you went straight down the center. Which
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
So we need to go maybe down another level or so, except maybe right now I just as soon avoid it and not have to deal with it. Only because we have no cure for it. And if we all got sick,
Well, we do have a cure. Squishy.
Yeah.
Which we don't like.
Oh, I don't. No.
but it is a cure. Only thing
Hey, the
is, you
rainbow one
notice,
is with us.
he eats and it multiplies.
Which is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Olivia's here too. Holy moly! Yay!
So, anyway, that.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
oh! I'm just looking at the rainbow one's responses. All kinds of emojis and lit. L-I-T-T-T-T-T.
Quite literally.
And then
Someone's taking some of that. Some of that
person says,
forced.
I on,
Look at
not
my
on,
stats
but I on my parents' iPad. Wondering if it's my
I on?
granddaughter. I don't know.
Okay, so then once he got cured and I got cured by a.
Oh, Eglinth went for
Oh.
Russians. Now we know what Eglinth did.
Made it by hand.
Made it by hand.
Ooh. Well, everyone, let's give him a hand.
Yay, verily.
We will eat for you guys in the audience virtually these pizzas.
Wait,
Of course,
what?
he's gonna fool me and he's gonna open it and I'll be like hamburgers.
I should do that next time. There's no table.
Tables or
Yeah,
Which
tables.
ones over
Tables. There's one right here.
Oh, right there.
See, the dashing rogue hides them in plain sight.
Yeah, well, the
I don't have plates though.
what's that?
I don't have plates.
It's okay.
Well,
We can get some paper towels out of the bathroom.
pepperoni.
More than likely, all three will. Yes.
Probably.
Standard pizza ordering protocols.
Pepperoni.
And if two are, then I'll bet you dollars to it. Unless it's cheese.
Hawaiian.
Pepperoni!
No, 3 for 3.
Oh, darn, we're on an island. I was hoping for Hawaiian. Then I,
See, your way of doing it was more fun, but
then I could say how much of a sin
There's a
it
little
is.
thing right here that says pepperoni.
But labels can lie.
That's true.
I tried
Just
to
look
put
at
I tried on a
Nycos.
pair of jeans that said triple X. They lied.
They lied.
I bought 4X shirts on Wish. Yeah, no.
He's like 4X from Lilliput land.
Yeah, exactly. The t-shirt looks great on my forearm.
Okay. Well, probably the easiest thing to do is
Just open the top one.
open the top, hold it back, and pass it.
Wait till we get paper towels.
Yeah.
Wait till we get paper towels.
Yeah.
Okay, look for the paper towel.
Here, our fresh new character sheet. I don't want to get it greasy.
Huh?
He ran off a new copy from PC Generator.
Yep. Well, I leveled, so I needed to.
When will they learn?
Yeah, I level 2, but
When will they learn?
I ran out of ink when I went
The
to print it
true
off
character
today and
sheets.
couldn't get a print. But I now have second level spells.
When you have doctor's handwriting, you half the time can't read your own handwriting. Yeah, no, Gen 1s are not good.
I have one spell. Oh, that's what I have to look up.
Alrighty, so
Yes.
everybody's healthy and therefore no longer seeing the past.
Yeah,
No longer able to interact with the creatures in that realm.
unless you're recontaminated.
I never specified that, did I?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. Shame on me.
That's great experimentation. Let's see if we can get somebody else sick just to see whether or not they can see the past. I'm sure that Lucius is going to volunteer right for that.
Totally.
Level.
Just like,
Go
what?
insane.
Four
At the end of
cantrips.
yeah, insanity.
Four.
Well, you know, Lucius
you
is.
say.
I think the one thing that's going to happen to Lucius is that eventually he'll find out that there are beings other beings from outside this realm that don't think like we do, and then he's going to have a problem. So as long as he's killing things that have rational thought and he can actually understand why they're here, he can kill them. All of a sudden he gets to a creature that says, no, I'm only here because of the
Cannot
Lord.
believe you'll never get more than 4% spells.
I'm only here for the Glorp.
Nope.
Is that your world?
Yes.
Nice. So, and I give you my hex. You got my hex version of the map. Finish Nycos for me in a pretty way. That way I can put it up on there. Well done.
Okay, we're definitely in the end of the chair.
Yep.
Oh, there's one in the corner
Right in the
right
corner
there.
right there.
Oh, yeah.
Backpack on it.
Oh, I'll move that. There we go.
There we go.
No, Tay, the buddy comedy is
Wait.
done.
Wait, that means everybody's here today.
I know. Shock of shocks. By the way, the episode is called Silent Screams, just so you know.
Silent Scream.
And so please give your character name, class, race, and what you will do living out your golden years on this island.
I am a Dayan drunken master monk. Tay Winhamid is the name. I mean, mostly what I do the rest of my time. Anyway,
Getting drunk.
just drink, you know?
Oh,
Drink and become
more of a drunken master.
more of a drunken master, but also
Rainbow One even gives us bits. Yay!
The bits.
in all likelihood, if I'm living with the ragtag team we've assembled,
Yes.
you know,
It will cause you to drink even more.
having a lot of face palm moments
Yes.
between having to teach Tiara about the world, having to stop Lucius from shooting everything, and
keep-
being cautiously
Keep Tommy from talking to the monsters too long.
yeah, and being and just often looking at Kern with a level of just a little bit distrust. There's a little level of skepticism, and then
Tread lightly there.
just
Golden years might be because of marooning.
yeah.
Anyway,
You're a captain
the
without
pizza
a
is
ship.
courtesy of Eglyth, our Goliath.
Still a captain.
Obviously, he brought his lunch. But
That would be a Goliath starts appetizer.
that's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
That would be a Goliath appetizer. Then you'll say, where's the meal?
These are personal.
Well, it depends on the Goliath. The other Goliath we know actually eats his soup by the gallon.
Yes,
That's his
Cauldron.
thing. His affectation is
at least a gallon.
soup. He loves his soup.
Yeah.
And when he wasn't a dragon, when he became a dragonborn instead of a Goliath for a while, he was very sad because then he had to eat like real meat because he
The
didn't have
soup didn't
lips.
taste as good.
Well, no, you can't keep it in your mouth when you have no lips.
That's true.
He could put, what he did is he
It's very hard to
pushed
dictate
back,
your thoughts.
turned back
with
his
no
head and
lips.
poured.
Yeah, but then you're just swallowing it. It's not
Feels like I'm judging you guys. Like I'm just
appropriate.
See, actually, when in reality it's the reverse. We're judging you.
just looking at everybody and
That's why I moved forward my first week, because it was like, this is weird.
Well, if you want, you could just scoot over a little bit this way, give him some room to
Yeah.
monopolize the
Are you
corner.
sharing
Yeah. Well, the Rainbow One really likes her.
I'm just gonna throw that.
So it's her-
As long as I have access.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, napkins have spawned in.
I'm not.
Woo, spawn napkins.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Who's gonna take a napkin? Who's gonna take a napkin?
Watch
I actually have
That's
one.
all the napkins they have.
That's okay.
I have some that I did earlier.
There we go.
Gonna work.
Perfect.
And then there's one
Magic.
for you.
Yes.
That's for your
Thank you,
pizza.
Kern.
Thank you.
And then there's one for me.
Oh no, we left all the toppings on the.
No! That means double toppings for someone else.
I was about to say, that's for me, right?
He was robbed. He was robbed.
Did I leave my name tag here last week? My little placard.
It's possible, but I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
Well, I'll make the new one if you give me. What color did you choose?
I'm just gonna take two now, that way I don't have to ask
I
in
didn't
5
choose a color. I just
seconds.
had a white one.
If you give me a color,
Do one.
lavender,
I'm rotating it
Put it in the
over.
corner.
yellow,
Game Master
No,
Bride.
we don't put
yeah.
people-
Always
we don't-
Game Master Bride.
blue.
We don't put pizza in the
Blue
corner.
is great.
Blue.
We put
don't-
ramen in the corner.
Yeah, don't ever put pizza in the corner.
If you would give me a
Baby.
blue card, I
No,
would
what's baby in the
appreciate
corner?
it.
Pizza.
This is baby pizza.
Baby pizza.
Baby's first pizza.
We're gonna have to start a new one.
That's
Take
okay.
those two? You want
For
two?
sure.
I'll broach a new one.
Okay, the harvest offering has been made to the deity, so hopefully good
Yep,
times will be had.
No, no. Here.
Do we stave off the
Now
storms?
now it's only the almost silent screams.
I'm good for right now in peace. I'm not that.
Moderately
I don't think
silent.
she's got it.
Darn, we have to sacrifice a virgin to get the storms gone.
Shut up!
Definitely don't look at me, man.
That was good.
I'm not gonna listen to any sort of that nonsense.
I was raised by dryads.
He needs
Virgin?
pie. Did he get pie?
I'm not right now. I didn't know we were.
Nor did now?
We got surprised by it.
Yeah, I ate right before I came here.
This is the Paladin's lay on hands.
Create food and water. He brought the food, you have to go get the water yourself.
Okay, fine.
I can create water. Just so I know ahead of time.
I can create water too. It's just not.
Yeah, we don't want to. I knew where we were going here. Let's get back off this subject, alright?
So today's the day where no D&D is
Oh, Rainbow Veil forever.
Yay! Whoever!
That's Rainbow one. Okay. Alright. I like the Rainbow Veil. Alright, so we're all assembled, which is really good because they were all worried about your egglith.
Both of you.
One of the two of you opened a bottle, remember? And then that next session started with you guys not being here, so
Oh yeah, sorry.
so both of you went
here either. We planned it though.
We signed it that way.
So the bottle made you guys disappear.
And we thought you guys got pulled further into the ship.
Yeah, we thought somebody kidnapped you guys.
Oh, well, we found the windswept, but we can't tell you anything about it.
No, you didn't. We found the windswept. And we found the
didn't
windswept.
find the windswept. What are you talking about?
No, we
Amberquill.
didn't. We found Amberquill working with its captain
And crew.
quartermaster and crew.
No, we didn't find it working. You guys hallucinated it.
Thank you.
We did.
It was so real.
So we
Only
did
thing-
find the windswept because no one
Yes.
contested that.
So okay, so the poison, the toxin, had worked its way into like manifested hallucinations. So Lucius, Tiara, and Tommy were like living at a time, at a space time.
So Lucius was more paranoid?
No, he was exceedingly paranoid because us two couldn't see anything. Us two were just seeing like
Them. You can see them.
They were being transported. What were they called? The periods of time. What are they called in Nycos again?
Iterations.
Iterations. So they were transported iterations back to a time when the sky was a different color. Everything was.
And the Amberquill was sailing.
The Amberquill was sailing through the ground. It's like a.
Iteration 2.
And your
was
dad
above and on.
your pops has some splaining to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, that's one. Well, no, that's only if you believe them. That information came from the source from their vision.
But that's oddly specific. Like, no, it didn't. It came from the captain.
Oh, and the captain is around.
And the captain is around. Yeah. So there's one thing that is weird. The captain of the ship is still somehow around, and he's brokered a deal with the plant things to give the plant. It sounds like he's brokered a deal that he gives the plant things more bodies to inhabit. And what we did is I fed Squishy, my octopus. Squishy, my octopus, ate the boils off their skin, so they're now fully healed. They had to go into death saves.
Boils?
Yeah, it got real bad.
Yeah, it was pretty awful.
So
It was close. It was close.
Yeah, so Squishy fed
Okay,
off.
well,
Somebody was at 2 and 2.
Boils.
Somebody was at 2 and 2.
Yes.
They made their. I think it was Tiara. Was.
Yeah, no, you went 2 and 2 because you wanted to die. You were like,
That's
And then you rolled a 20.
and then you rolled it.
That's right.
Yeah,
Damn
so,
it, the app actually worked.
yeah, so they had to go into death. They had to go into
See, I wasn't here. I didn't see it, so I don't believe
I
it.
had to use
Nice.
Three.
You can see it on
3
video.
BP points
No, I
to
can't.
save.
So all of them are alive now. We're all alive and healthy. And we were gonna dip off this ship. And we're like, me and Lucius looked at each other like, bye. And then we're like, oh crap, they're still on the ship somewhere. So we have no idea where they're at. That's the
We
only
almost
reason we
ditched you
stayed on
guys.
this ghost ship.
Again.
No, they literally walk into the area where you are.
Oh, okay.
Like nothing ever happened. Like what are you guys doing over here?
And I disappear.
No.
Oh, I was going to go get something to drink.
Oh, go. You do that.
Where have you been?
I mean,
We
they don't
looked all over for you.
lollygagging again, as you.
He's just like, bye.
Well, he's running off again, huh?
So do we ask? So what did you guys? What were those? What was that chest with the? It was 40, right? So 30. Actually, what was the chest with the 39?
240.
239
239
bottles.
Bottles.
A beer on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
239 bottles of beer.
With the coin and the.
Take went down and disappeared.
You got what were those? We sent you guys down there. You guys found those, and then we thought you guys were kidnapped.
I don't know. We just like checking them out. We just filled with a bunch of different stuff. I don't really remember too much.
Remember's falling.
Like meta.
Just falling. So we just say they opened it. Can we just know that they opened one and disappeared?
They did, and they fell.
Okay, you guys open one and fell. So memo to us: do not open
Unless you want to fall.
unless we want to fall.
Well, you could since you now actually have you have 2 potential living crewmen on board you could talk to.
And then I throw my very heavy bag at his feet. And I'm like, there's some ancient chainmail in there.
Oh, heck yeah.
You might want to wash it.
You might want to wash it.
Where did you get it from?
dead body.
A dead body.
Oh, it smells. The bag smells.
Yeah, I just want to get this out of my bag because I think some of it got into my hooch.
You can take it down
pretty-
to the shore and wash it in the sand.
Hey, this thing has lasted forever, though. Remember, we saw this thing was in a pit with nothing but death surrounding it, and it seemed like the only thing that survived.
Virtually unscathed. There's
Unscathed.
a couple of the connecting harness features of the armor are damaged a little bit.
I don't wear armor. Nobody you. So here you go.
Is it just regular? Or
I don't know.
It's exquisite.
None of us.
It's all covered with goo right now.
But none of us have done any type of
Like detect magic.
detect magic or anything on it. So I mean,
Goo armor.
you just have to clean it. So do you want to spend some time cleaning it? That's all you need.
It's up and it's goo.
So I'm just gonna go by the river or something.
Well, you're on the boat.
We're on the
We're
boat.
on the ship.
Okay, I'm just gonna toss it over with this like a rope.
So what was
Okay, it was really funny. He goes up to the side of the ship, ties it up, and throws it,
It just
and it
hits,
hits the ground.
it hits dirt.
Thud.
Oh, there's no what?
We're in the land ship.
Oh, okay.
You're in the big stone ruin.
Okay.
You're still in the stone ruin.
Hopefully no one's
Yeah, but when he does that, you freak out because you think maybe he's actually in that same
Are you
artificial.
seeing water? Hold on, wait, that's new. You guys didn't see water.
Water.
What are you seeing right now?
My own
Innocent
failings.
Probably.
I'm seeing the bad life choices I've made to this point.
Why
All I
am
know
I
is I
doing
need to
this
stand
ship?
further downwind when I'm smoking because you guys are getting way too much contact eyes.
So, Karen, where were you?
Falling. When you guys opened the bottle, the two of you, the ground folded out from under you and you just fell. And you fell for a really long time. Think Alice in Wonderland falling.
I've been falling for 30 minutes.
No, for 3 days.
Yeah.
I know that was a movie reference. I'll give you a BP because I even know the movie reference.
4.
I know. Brad.
How long? It's been hours.
Days, I think.
Yeah, it's been days.
It's been days.
It's been days.
It's been days for all of us.
I slept through most of it.
Yeah, you after like the first 30 minutes.
You're
of
falling and
Yeah, you're just like,
slept?
what?
I don't think I would sleep while I was falling.
Well, eventually you get your equilibrium back since you're not actually outrunning yourself.
Stomach.
Right.
So are we still alive? Like,
Yeah, how are we still alive?
No,
That's
we found
great.
that.
That is awesome.
No. Just pass through each other.
It's like,
Nothing?
no, he's.
Pass through each other.
Oh, okay.
It's very funny. So are we alive? Yes, you're still alive.
Okay.
That's very funny.
He
I
says
thought
that
you
I
almost said he got a BP for that.
Yeah.
Alive to me.
Okay.
The pizza tasted real enough.
Does that finger hurt?
It's too bad we still can't
Is your
see
face
the
hurt? 'Cause it's
captain.
kinda
I'd like
low.
to ask him where he's going.
Well, then go back up and talk to the captain, or you could actually ask the Corrid. He's still playing his harmonica. And,
He is?
oh yeah,
Do we see him? Hear him?
yeah, you can hear him.
Okay, she goes up to the... What? Hello again.
Oh, we're finally gonna have that party, young lady.
No, thank you very much. But I need to ask you, where is the ship headed?
Oh, I believe we've reached our destination. Our final destination.
The ship hasn't moved, Tiara. Remember, that was your imagination.
Just a moment. I do agree with you. It has reached a destination that I do not think it's moving from.
Well, that's a little pessimistic. Eventually, we want to be able to leave. We have to just simply get the crew back on board, and we should be fine.
End of the line.
So you're looking to pick up crew?
Of course. I offered you this last time. I said you could go gather the rest of them from the shoreline.
The crew that you're picking up is in what place? A seaport?
You did not see where we were up when you said didn't you see where we were docked?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
What's the name of the place?
It's called Whisper Mist.
Whisper
Mist.
Whisper Myth.
Yeah, Whisper Mist.
Myth, M-Y-T-H?
M-Y-S-T.
Mist. Okay.
And you know your geography, your local geography. Whisper Mist is just south of Selk.
Yeah.
We passed by it on the way here.
Yes, I remember now. Remember, it's like, okay, it's not, the wind swift, it's not Whisper Mist. Oh, then finally it dawns on her. Yeah. It's not immediately, it's not
right
like on the top of her concerns.
That's hundreds of miles from where we should be.
Well, we had to pick up the Vault of Storms.
The Vault of Storms.
Yeah.
The green storm, the great green storm, the maelstrom?
Well, the Maelstrom's not green.
What?
Maelstrom's not green. Maelstrom's gray.
Oh.
This is
So,
my island
and
in
where
the sun.
is this Vault of Storms located?
In the hold. You had to come by it.
You mean the whole of the ship?
The hold. Yes, in the hold. You walked right past it. You had to have. The large chest at the bottom of the hold, straight down
the
from
hatch?
Yeah.
Yes. I saw
Is it full of
that.
bottles with coins?
It's filled with
With our stuff.
she was in here by herself. As you come walking in, he goes, "Oh, great, more for the party."
Party?
Yes.
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
What do you mean no?
Why do we send the newest person to the
They told me no.
You didn't. It wasn't that you sent her. You didn't stop her.
Okay.
She just says, "I'm going to go talk to our friend," and took off back into the ship.
Now, if you want to.
I know Tiara, so I followed.
Okay.
And I asked
I was looking for munchies.
the captain's name. I said, go back.
No, it's not the captain. It's a
Who are you two?
first mate or
Just talk to the
something.
Corin.
Oh, okay.
Lucky.
Little bearded
I
guy.
haven't figured out his name yet.
He's a thing.
The Horde?
The Corin, yeah.
They dance forever.
Yeah.
That is.
Party
You like
forever guy.
Is your captain
I don't know
around
about
so
forever.
that we can have a discussion with him about what's going on here?
Well, I suppose you can talk to the captain. He's abaft.
Let's what was your name again? We never confirmed that.
Oh, I am Telio.
Telio?
Wait,
Telio, did you
That's
when you guys set out on this when you guys set out on your quest, what was the year?
362. Iteration 2.
Where do you gold?
Do we have any sense of iterations as a party? Or
If you don't know, if you haven't heard the term yet, you don't have no. Because that's what the Revening did. The Revening wiped out the
yeah,
knowledge of
restarted time. That's what I'm saying. So like, does
Quite obviously, it's another stream of.
that's not quite obvious to me.
It's not obvious
Okay.
to him.
That's not what.
It's
not obvious to me.
He exists in this zone of time.
But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
it would be
you're-
obvious to our
There's
characters.
nothing obvious about
There's
it.
not like he's just saying gibberish to us, and we wouldn't make 2 cents of this.
Right. You personally are drawing on knowledge from all your other characters.
Okay.
So be careful. You have to be really careful. Since your character here is the most innocent of them all, which means you know nothing.
But she's intelligent, and she's looking at it.
IQ
They're in one.
IQ is not.
I have more. My character has more social intelligence, and I'm not even understanding.
And the sky out there is blue.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's gray? I mean, it's
You're
black.
back. You're healed again.
Red.
So
You were healed. Once you walked outside, it's back to stone again.
Okay, but it was
Red or
blue.
stone.
Yes.
It was blue before you got killed, yes.
But you still don't know what that meant. You could have thought it was just a hallucination because you have no because.
Okay, she says, and where from?
Well, it's like a dream. When you wake up from a dream, it's really still so real. This is only a few hours ago that she actually had this experience.
Less of that, really. That's a long enough.
Because she's going to remember the things like the voices, and one thing that doesn't happen in a dream is the voices other than your own. So,
Well, I think we have to go
Then
figure
I must
out
be
the chess
insane.
thing, but I think we gotta. I just tell Tiara, I'm like, I don't know what we. I think the captain is brokered to deal with somebody. I don't necessarily think we need to talk to
Telio?
Teliel.
It's like
I think
the ship we went into was here, and the ship that they are on that's still working
Was moving.
is moving.
No, was moving. But when you asked him, he told you. You went outside. You know that we're docked.
Yeah. Now he says it's not, but it was moving when I talked to the captain. And
Yeah.
the sky was heavenly blue.
Water's blue, but not the sky.
Water's not blue.
The
Water's
ocean's
as red
red.
as the wall.
Oh. That's your marker.
And the sky was
What color
was
is your
heavenly
blood?
blue. That's the only way she can describe it. Is heavenly blue. Because you can't say sky blue because the sky is blue.
Right.
It's heavenly blue. Bright, shining.
Yeah, but
Right.
if you ask me and Gesh to describe everything we see when we're in a drunken stupor or bender, it's also going to lead to a million other questions. So I think right now, I don't think having a conversation with him is the best thing. The information we learned from the captain is that he somehow brokers deals with people. He's brokered a deal with an entity can we say that she told me the name of this place is Whisper Mist? That was the name of it for that.
I just learned the name of it.
You probably heard it. You said you followed her.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
You just didn't reveal yourself until that point in the conversation.
Whisper Mist.
Yeah,
You should be careful when revealing yourself.
We know that this place is called Whisper Mist, but we don't know anything else. It seems like the quartermaster is just here to attract members to the crew. And to be honest, seeing as how, and I whispered her, seeing as how you don't have any, you're pretty susceptible to his trance, we probably shouldn't be in close proximity to the guy that's job is recruiting people.
I just assumed, we at least, I think we need to go back and take the chest. He said it's in a vault. No, we need to call it a vault of time.
We already saw the chest, so let's not tell him that we know where it is, because let's probably not say out loud that we're going to take something that's on his ship.
I'm not saying that.
Why, when you whisper that to her, you are within a few feet of him, and he goes, you'll take the Vault of Time? That would definitely be an agreeable opportunity. You have a vessel prepared to go? We can definitely work out finding ways to get crew to help you load it onto your vessel. If you're going to take on the rest of the task, of course.
We are going to go talk to the rest of our crew. We have a full team, and I don't know if your crew.
All of a sudden, I got a mental picture of the movie Lady Hawk. Charles, Franz, ready to go back to the castle?
I am.
I'm glad I see you brought your crossbow.
Yes. So, yeah, we're gonna go. But if you can summon your captain or ask your captain if you can. Ooh, here we go. I learned ship terms. Parlay with us somewhere.
John?
Yeah.
Just a heads up, these fell down.
I heard.
Yeah, so.
They fell down
Deal with
because
them a bit later.
They got moved over here.
I know they should have been moved over there because they were held on by 2 pins.
Yeah, well,
I understand.
the door didn't close with it there.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. That was, yeah. This wasn't the one I had originally. No problem.
We could string a cord across the front of that and hang it on a tight wire between two hooks.
Well,
But
we'll
how
do
about
that
we
later.
do? Yes.
All right.
So we're gonna if your captain's up for a parlay, we can discuss potentially taking on the rest of your quest, but that's got to be a group conversation.
Oh, you definitely don't want to take this on unless you're prepared.
Yeah.
I understand.
Be
So-
prepared.
How are you larded?
Kern, he's using ship speech. Kern,
I thought you learned ship speech.
I learned 2 words from Pirates of the Caribbean, dude. You come in here.
He went back on. He did his homework. He went and watched
Parts of the
Pirates.
who?
Larding. What's lard?
Well, why are you looking at me? I just
Lard.
Oh, larding. That's the food supplies. I want to know whether or not you've got enough material components, so to speak, for your vessel to take on this mission.
I think we're missing some alcohol.
I think we're missing some.
We do have the yellow musk below.
No.
No, we're good. We're good off the yellow musk.
The yellow musk rum, best stuff ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go. You're good. You're good to drink all that by yourself. Have a good time.
Oh, I'm a teetotaler. I took the tolerance pledge some time ago.
Well, it seems like the yellow musk.
Titolo?
Yeah. Yeah. The yellow musk isn't our.
Desire.
Idiom?
Yeah, it's not really what we're.
It's not in your idiom. I got it.
So let's go. We're gonna go find a crew. If you want to find a captain to have these conversations,
Oh, I can have the captain here in just a trice. I'll just pipe him here whenever.
we'll go find our crew. And then I was like, Tiara, let's get out of here before.
Okay.
Let's leave.
All right, he goes back to playing his harmonica as usual.
Okay. And when we go over there.
Are you sure we
She
can have
sends
party?
you outside the room.
Oh, you're welcome to stay.
No, I should probably go listen to whatever they're talking about.
Do you samba?
Yes. Remember, music bad. Get over here. His music at least. Come on.
His music's
That music's not bad. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It entrances the most fascinating.
Yes, I
creatures.
know it does.
This house will never be cleared out if we don't take that chest.
Why do you care to do somebody's tasks that damned him to this island? Tiara, like, we have a million other tasks.
It was what
He was on the plate. She wants to put it on the platter.
Do you remember? Do you forget, like, there's a world-ending invasion back in where we came from?
Back in where?
And you want to take on something that apparently is... Listen, he was talking about frameworks of whatever that we don't understand. From about something that we don't understand. What year are we
You
in?
were with
We're in the
me,
year
right?
127.
We're in the year 127.
AR.
AR. He referenced a year that I don't know what it was.
okay.
Yeah, I
You
don't know
still
what the
have
duration
the
is either.
instructions that were that were
They
when
were
they
finger
opened
waving.
up the chest.
Tiara, I'm just going to say this. You can't save everybody.
No, but she was wanting to clarify whether or not you guys took the document from the top of the chest. Or
Because
not.
I would have taken it when we went down there
Well,
and read. Look at this. The
I think your monster hunter is shaking his head saying we did not
I
take
didn't.
it.
I don't remember.
I don't remember taking it either. I think we left everything on the chest because we had
And it was only when they went back down.
I want to
Yeah.
go back to the chest.
Did you guys take the note from the top of the chest?
No, because they disappeared. That's why we never took it.
No, we
Yeah, but they
opened the
could've-
chest and
They
everything.
could have taken
Yeah,
the
So
they could've taken the document.
we took the note, and we also took the contents of the chest. I divvied one out to somebody else. I don't.
That's true.
It was
No.
either you or you.
No, it wasn't us.
It
It wasn't
it
us.
was
You
Eggleth.
opened the first
It
one.
was
and you
Eggleth,
were
and
gone.
Eggleth opened it without even thinking about it.
Okay,
Just
there we
popped
go.
it open.
Yeah.
And so, therefore,
So,
the
do you have-
answer question is, she says, does anybody have the letter from the top of the chest? You do have.
Yes. What does it say?
E.
You don't remember
You-
what
No,
I
never told us.
remember that
I did
there was
tell you.
a
You
note
did.
from the captain of the Windswept
Captain of the Windswept to the captain.
the captain of the Amber Quell,
Yes.
and that they're passing the chest on to them to deliver to all the cities of the world.
Oh, that's
There was
right.
240, and originally, and that the Amber Quill would take them to the city.
And if they could not deliver them to the cities, they would deliver them to highly populated areas.
Highly populated
Which is why I
area,
immediately started divvying it
you know,
out.
something like
That's right.
Godspeed, and I hope this gets carried out, sort of.
Right.
The point is, it was a very important mission.
But now you've heard that it's called the Vault of Storms.
No, I can't understand.
You're more likely to understand that part than this
The
temporal.
list
So
But
each one of these might throw you into someplace, another storm?
I'm just saying, of the list of things that we don't understand right now, giving the bottles that apparently toss people into bottomless pits is not a priority for me.
But I'd still like to take the chest and give it to the high elves. If anybody would be able to do
What the hell? What gives you the idea that my people can handle anything? My half of
Not yours,
I'm
No, she wants to give it to the Primus. No, she wants to give it to the
Primus.
Primus.
Okay.
Primus,
You said high elves, and he's Dayan, which is high elf, and that's why
Okay.
he's freaking out.
to the
We
Primus.
ruined
What
shit.
did we do then? We messed stuff up. I'm here to try to fix it.
We obviously can't disperse it, and one elven kite, it would probably be best to go to another elven kite so the mission could be carried out.
How do we know we want the mission to be carried out?
Does anything about the Vault of
So
Storms?
maybe they can explain it.
Does anything about the name
That
Vault of
doesn't
Souls?
sound ominous to you? Do you know what?
We can use it
No,
as a
because
weapon.
it means it's contained within. A vault is a safe place.
Listen, we're
A lot of assumptions.
we're the adventurers that are trying to figure this stuff up, and one of our
Figure it out.
one of our team members, one of our party members, once we finally had access to this safe thing, decided to open a bottle in the first 2 seconds. We lost people for 3 days.
That's true.
You're telling me?
Maybe the
I remember
reason you
nothing of
don't
this.
open bottles you don't know.
Well,
You need to talk to everybody and make that a rule. Roll and don't touch
Okay,
it.
rule one, you don't open up bottles that you
Don't
don't
be so
know about.
precise, because that'll kill you. He'll go, don't open bottles. Holy shit. I'm a drinker. I gotta open bottles. I'm
That you
drunk.
don't know what the contents are.
it's just polite to take a sip if somebody offers you something.
But this contains a piece of paper. Well,
Right.
the
The
one
equivalent
contained
of
a
puff,
piece
puff,
of
pass?
paper
Yes.
and something. They've got a piece of
Sip,
paper
sip, gulp.
and something. And unless we can read what the paper says through the bottle, it's kind of stuck. I still think it should be taken back to our time when we get that, if we ever get
What
it.
is our
Sent
time?
Tommy away, right? I think.
Well, now,
Did you send Tommy
I think we
away?
did.
Did you send Tommy? Well, you sent Tommy to look for them.
Rainbow
You thought-
Rail now.
to
Tell
the-
me to look for that.
he went back to the pile of treasure because you thought the loot that you guys had collected, the supplies that he regathered from the coast, because that was the only other thing you could think of is that they'd gone back there.
Okay.
So Tommy's not here in the room, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, I mean,
It was a.
I agree with you, Lucius, if we can weaponize this, but I reiterate everything that the quartermaster told us, that they're from that he set sail for this mission in 3/26 iteration,
Whatever that means.
whatever that means. And that I only understand that we're in the year 127
7
AR. So unless this guy comes from a place where they reference time differently, or with this place is doing exactly what people have told us it does and sends us through loops in time, we don't know what's going on. And they could start referencing to our timeline as second iteration of the future. This dude could be from the future.
Future.
There are too many possibilities. All we know,
Marty, it's not you, it's your kids.
Wait, no, because
we don't know.
wasn't the windswept lost
Watch
in the
out,
past?
Wasn't the windswept what?
Lost in the past,
Lost in a storm.
lost in the storm, but in an earlier time.
No.
Yes, the past. As in, it happened a long time ago.
Okay.
Not-
So,
126 or 1500 years ago, depending on how you look at it.
Or yesterday.
or yesterday.
I mean,
So-
yesterday technically is the past.
If he knew the windswept
3 seconds ago is the
before
past.
it was lost, it makes more sense. It's in,
Do we wanna be
this
accurate?
is in
Do we
the
wanna
past
niggle?
as well.
I think you're just. I'm just speaking meta. I think you're trying to reach based on your information of Nycos.
Yeah.
We have to operate like our characters have no idea, and your character's the newest to this land.
So you really need to not don't try to build a knowledge that you don't have yet.
Okay.
Trust me, you will find stuff that will
I'm
validate.
saying we can
or,
explore more and try to fit the pieces together. But if you're taking other characters and bringing that knowledge in, it's just confusing everybody else.
All right. I was
It's
just stationing it
just too much to the mechanization at once.
right.
So I'm all about if we want to hold on to these, but I'm terrified because we lost 2 of our party members for 2 days. But it's your guys' call.
Well, they're back. Everything seems fine now.
Kern, if you want to, Kern, if you, we don't need to. I mean, we left the quartermaster's not with us anymore, right? It's just
No.
a party.
Right.
Kern, we don't even have a ship, so I don't know where we would even flood these things. We're just taking them out of a secure hole and putting them on the middle of the beach.
In meta, you're referring to the bottles that we
The
opened
chest.
up. The chest,
Yeah,
right?
Just a chest. I would say close it down, lock it up as best as possible, and
Well, it's too bad that nobody here has an inclination towards magical effects. Nobody here has magic that's unpredictable at their disposal or even remotely studies or understands it in any way, shape, form.
I would have to take a day and see if I have access to that, since I have one more cantrip that I can pull up. And one more spell I can pull up, but I need a pearl to identify.
I can do magic, sort of.
Oh, you can! Stranger from a strange land.
Not at all.
From my point of view, you guys are the strangers from a strange land.
Good point.
So technically, in a strange land, because you come here, so you're where you came
telling me
from.
that Nick's died 10 months ago when I left it yesterday.
So here,
Oh, okay, 3 days ago.
3 days ago.
Yeah.
Still too soon. No,
here,
no
Mr.
mixture.
Gash,
Yes.
why don't you study one of this?
What is that?
I'm giving him one of the bottles.
One of the
Don't
bottles.
open it.
The second bottle that was
Open
missing.
it.
Don't open it. Examine it.
Let him study it how he wants.
He's like,
The pursuit of knowledge cannot be restrained or fettered by
I just want to see.
fear.
I just want to see if he's gonna fall too.
Who said that? Oh, okay.
She keeps on saying, please don't open it up. It apparently
Lucius
triggers
was-
upon opening.
So Tiara wants the Dark Ages.
Oh,
No, because right now, I have identify magic, but
Rainbow Veil says,
You want to come?
"Rainbow Veil forever. Ban me." No, I'm not gonna ban you for saying Rainbow Veil forever. Knock yourself out.
You guys want to go talk to the captain?
So in meta, you
Parlay.
can make an Arcana check to see if you can glean some information on it. You can investigate to see if there's anything that you would find that's on the surface.
Trying to see if I have any spells that will help here.
What class are you?
I'm a druid.
You're a druid. You could do nature to see if this is natural or unnatural in any way.
I'm 90%
Sure, it's not natural.
I don't know. Nycos has a lot of natural, unnatural stuff.
let me look at that bottle.
that's really not as
Okay,
daily.
Throw some holy water on it to see if it's
I got
evil.
Arcana.
We've got Arcana. Okay, so the
I
first
have
one of those has
Arcana.
got a couple of coins in there. It's got a scrap of paper, a small piece of a map. It's got
That's what I work on. Oh.
it's got a small. There's like a filter, a little.
Like a filter mesh?
No, PHILTR. It's a little tiny vial that's capped
With the bottle.
within the bottle.
There's a bottle within the bottle.
Question. What's the size of the opening to the bottle compared to the coin?
It's far too small for the coin to have gotten in
That's
there.
what I was afraid of.
And furthermore, the stuff seems to move around freely within the space, suggesting that the size of the bottle is not representative of the size of the
Bigger on
stuff
the
inside.
inside? That's what you're trying to say?
Oh, it's a TARDIS bottle. Okay.
Or
TARDIS bottle.
What would happen?
I'm looking
Well,
at
it's a
it.
bo-
and
it's a
I'm
bottle.
like,
I asked the team. You guys want to lob one really far away from
No.
us?
I don't want to
Ooh, let's
destroy
try it.
another one.
I just want to
Can
see
I
what
see it?
happens from a
Can I see
distance.
it?
I handed
These
it to
demons
Lucius.
work.
I'm gonna take out an apple and put it
Oh,
in
you're
the
not done with it?
See if it disappears.
I don't know what
I'm-
demons, but
I'm just tempted to take one of the bottles and just.
Well, the rest
When
of
Tiara's
it.
not looking, I just
Of course,
launch a
I
bottle
just
like
like,
50
nope.
yards
Just
away
disappear.
from us and see what happens out in the distance.
We're in
Really?
a
Are you sure you want to do that?
would it? I mean, it's
Just asking.
Because
You're going to go up on the deck to do that.
because we were in proximity.
Yes,
we were in
please.
proximity.
You'd have to go up on top of the deck. You can't do it from the back.
Okay.
You're still in the hall.
Okay,
You're still in the main hall of the ship. You won't be able to arc it. It'll bounce. It'll smash before it gets very far at all.
Who wants to see what happens when I throw this bottle?
I don't want you to
Okay,
destroy
Edward.
another bottle.
I do not think that's safe.
It's supposed
at
to be
all.
delivered somewhere, and
It will
it's
open a
important.
gateway.
It was supposed to be delivered somewhere, sometime, someplace, something.
I will have
They
detect
failed.
I will have detect magic as soon as I pray for my spells.
So tomorrow.
Or detect magic
August.
now.
I
I'm
have
not
detect
doing
magic
it.
too.
I'm afraid of these bottles.
I would.
What?
I
Detect
like
magic?
I
Magic.
detect magic.
Detect
also.
magic?
So he can detect magic.
Okay.
I'll
just
detect
block.
that.
Nobody can text into the next 2 seconds. I'm watching.
No!
I'm watching this bottle. Okay. Putting it back down.
Okay.
All
He's
detect
detecting
does
magic.
is tell the school.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah.
That is the first thing you
Abjuration.
could-
It's holding something in.
There we go.
Think-
So
think
technically,
genie
it's
bottle.
yeah.
It's not
Technically, it's
conjuration.
a protection.
The bottle itself is protecting something.
The stuff inside.
Hold on. What?
That's what abjuring. That's
I
what
know,
abjuring
yeah.
magic is.
Which means
You guys remember where that headless thing was?
Actually, I'm curious. When we disappeared and we
Tree
came
over there.
back,
In a tree.
do you have any
center of the ship.
sensation?
Would we mind if we sent one of these bottles and
It's in the middle of the ship.
if these bottles were meant to fight something and we
Wait,
know
wait.
it's on
They
this
weren't
island?
No,
to
they
fight.
would be delivered to cities.
Nah, it doesn't say deliver. It says take them to them.
They need to be taken to.
Let's pocket these.
What if we don't even know if
Let's
these
talk to the
bottles were
captain.
meant to cause harm in those cities or to protect those cities? I don't know why everybody's assuming these are some miraculous bottle that's going to help the world.
Yeah.
These
So
are
why would the
What
promise?
happened to us when we
No,
apparently
the-
unstoppered a bottle and whatnot? You just
You
said we
fell.
To this
You
ship.
fell because
through,
To make
through
sure
blackness,
that they
through
were
flames, through
you fell into the
fire.
bottle.
So we were inside of a bottle for a while.
No, you fell for a long period of time. You don't even know where you were falling. The stuff by going by you was going by so fast you could not even tell where you were. After 48 hours, you fell out on the deck.
Was the bottle that we opened there? Or
No.
It was gone.
Yes.
Okay.
Nothing happened to it.
Other than the fact that you fell for 2 days.
I want to see if this is a weapon. Hypothesis 1, we have 429 other hypotheses. All
38.
Whatever.
238.
238 after I throw this bottle.
Okay, so you're going to throw it at
I go
what?
outside. Can I see the
The copse of
middle-
trees? The
middle
central trees?
forest
Oh,
where
yeah.
the headless thing is?
Yeah.
I try to keep my distance and I toss it as hard as I can into that center mass of trees.
Sure, roll a d6.
Mark.
just to be on the safe side,
What'd you roll?
I'm casting bark skin.
What?
He's casting bark skin. He's
So it
protecting
doesn't
himself.
increase your armor class. It doesn't work.
Right. The bottle hits a tree about 2/3 of the way up the tree's height, and at that point there is a explosion, but it's an explosion of black light. And when that happens, the upper part of the tree, there's about 4 foot of tree that vanishes,
Just disappears.
and then the rest of the top of the tree falls to the ground.
Oh, so like almost like it cut out like a circle.
It did
flat
cut,
side.
just like a cutout of circle.
Okay.
Just exactly like a cutout of circle. And then all the stuff that was inside the bottle starts dropping through the tree's branches. Some of it getting stuck on the higher branches, some of it on the lower branches. Some of the pieces actually making it all the way to the ground.
But outside.
So the piece of tree is gone, but everything that you saw
Yeah.
inside the bottle
No, I
is
get
now on the ground.
I understand.
That's the summary.
So
Okay, I'll go out and collect this stuff.
what I
You're gonna go out and under the tree where the beasts are?
I
It's
threw
still
one-
there?
I threw it somewhere where we knew that something volatile was because I didn't want it to be around any of your elven.
Yeah, we have. You don't know what happened. It has not. You have not seen it since that first day when you saw the tree.
Oh, it's moved.
No.
It's a living thing and it lives in the trees, so it doesn't have to be in any specific place in the trees.
All we know so far is try to take 2 party members.
Yep.
So I didn't care about lobbing this thing into its turf.
Fling some
So there's some debris underneath the trees in the rough area of about 30 feet around where that
So
sphere blew up.
can I so I can mark like a range of what
Excuse me.
disappeared. So it was like what was the
4 feet.
So it was a 4 feet range. So if we're outside 4 feet, so I communicate that. These bottles, pretty much, I don't know what happens once they go into the other side, but see, this is how scientific information works. Now we have more information than we had 2 seconds ago.
What is science?
Oh, do we not have that?
It's a monk thing.
Alchemy? I'll call it
There is alchemy.
alchemistic information, whatever.
There is science.
There is science because
Okay.
people understand chemical reactions and
There we
everything.
go. Okay.
There's miracles.
He's on
So
And then
now,
there's things that you just know, right?
Yeah.
so now we know
Yeah.
that the
There's the separation of science.
it seems like it's a spell, and those are all the ingredients in the bottle, and it blew out 4 feet of this tree. So if we're outside that 4 foot diameter, whatever happened, there's, according to what you guys told us, there's a tree falling. There's a piece of tree falling through blackness right now for the next couple of days. Poor tree.
If you say
Permission to
so.
roll on knowledge arcana based on something you just said.
Sure.
Is there something you're looking for?
It's full of an 8. But
It sounds like he has a theory. You can state the theory anyway.
okay, that the kind of magic that you're discussing, if those were ingredients for the spell, they'd have been consumed when the spell went off. But they didn't get consumed; they fell,
Okay.
And they got dispersed.
and they got dispersed, which is strange. What kind of coin is it? Like a copper?
You got to go look
coin?
at it. It's now out of the bottle, so you can get a better look at it.
I
Yeah.
want to go look at it.
Okay, so you're going to go underneath the tree, or not.
Or do we just want to stand outside 4 feet and break another bottle closer to us that's not under the death trees?
No, no, I don't want to waste any more bottles.
We have 238 left.
I also don't want to waste a gold piece.
They
either.
were-
Well, yeah, let's just have a vote because TR and I are. Who wants to find out? Who wants to break another bottle to see what these things are inside? Who doesn't?
I mean,
Okay, we have one abstain. I knew Kern was going to abstain because he doesn't take an opinion on any of these things.
Oh no!
He's
I just
captain.
don't care.
He can make a choice, but if he does, then it's the choice that gets made because he's
Okay,
captain.
so 3-2.
So literally, it's me abstaining by saying this is your 5's fight.
There we go.
So 3-2.
3-2, Tiara.
So you go get another bottle out of
We'll
the.
get another bottle. I'd say tell everybody stay out of let's just keep it safe. 15 foot. Let's.
So now you're back at the
Hold.
aft of the ship. Just for clarification,
Yeah.
you're back at the aft of the ship, and you're going up through the hold.
Yeah.
Which hold are you going back up? The one near the.
The one that we had gone down originally. The one where we had started.
Yeah, where the chest was directly
Where
under.
it was directly.
That's actually the second. Okay,
Okay.
that's the second one. Okay,
Yeah, so right where we had cleared out all the. We
Okay.
cleared out where I found Squishy.
the bamboo, right? Okay.
Squishy V1.
Okay.
Hold. See what happens when you do 2 at once.
Hand you a second bottle.
My brain is exploding.
I twist them like they're. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I imagine the bottles that have the finger hole.
Okay.
The figure loop.
Well, actually, no, he's a monk, so he's like.
So.
So throw them both at the same place at the same time
Okay.
and see what happens.
And don't drink it.
Okay, everybody. I'd say we exit the hat. We
If
exit the hat
you
hold.
survive, I'll pay for your night's drinks.
We exit the hold. I say, okay, everybody. Okay, we're
So
safe.
where are we aiming them?
I'm aiming them. So
Is it wasted too?
remember if there was that we were in that little space.
Right.
So just outside of it, so we have the wall between us.
Okay.
So-
Try to throw it through one of the holes.
Yeah. So like just so we have a little space between us, and probably like a rock, so we can actually see the rock kind of get consumed. If it's just a circle, the portion of the ground should
I got
be
you.
consumed as well.
I got you.
So I throw both of them, and then do I roll 2d6? Then?
Yep.
So 5 and a 4.
Okay. Which means they didn't quite hit each other. That's what I was checking for. Because if you roll exactly the same number, you hit them together.
Okay.
So they fell right side by each with each other. Both of them do similar 4-foot explosions. The stuff disperses even a larger area because there's no branches occluding their path.
Nothing.
And so for over 35 or 40 feet under, around each one of them, there are piles of debris and stuff that was inside the bottles. That's when you see them starting to approach more of the
things in the night.
Zombies.
Nice.
Are they far enough away that they're not engaged yet?
Yeah, they're on the other side of the area that you just created.
Oh, okay. Do we see the contents of the?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use. I'll use a.
If you're going to tell me you're going to be able to read a coin for more than 30
No, I'm
feet,
saying I'm gonna move to it real quick. So it's 40 feet. So I'm gonna use my action. I'll use my action.
you
real
can
quick.
use your move. You can make the 40 feet.
I'll make the
'cause
40 feet,
you-
and then I'll just use my bonus action to dash back with the stuff. So I'll go there, grab it.
So you're grabbing the stuff.
As a full
Oh.
action.
That's an action.
That's an action, right?
No, yeah.
Well, actually, no. It's,
You're allowed.
It's an item
You're allowed.
action, which you're given guaranteed one. It's not a full action.
Oh.
You're a monk, so you're at a higher level, so you actually
Yeah, I
get
get
bonus
there
to your
in
movement.
Yeah, I get there in one move.
And
Right,
then-
so you get there in one move,
then
you
you
grab
start
it,
to win,
and then you
get-
come back using bonus action to move you the second time.
Okay.
You still haven't used your primary action at all.
Oh, okay.
However,
I touched it, so some shit.
as soon as you pick up whatever it is, there is a vortex that forms directly where you are, spinning you upwards in the air.
Oh, so I'm like,
You're accelerating upwards in this vortex that above a cloud starts to form.
like in a tornado.
Yeah, and rain starts to fall.
Okay. So it was a stone bottle. And you wanted to take these to cities. I only wanted to take these to cities!
After 4 seconds of acceleration upward, he vanishes.
Okay. Can I say I yelled at before I vanished?
Yes.
You wanted to take these to cities! You will rule the day till you know
He
it
can
was.
do that in 4 seconds. Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's bad.
I'm gonna argue with the guy who just vanished into cloud air.
We don't know enough.
It
yet.
was just a tornado that would be up in the air. I'm not even.
Did you vanish?
I'm in a different plane, and I facepalm because I know she's trying to validate this somehow. So I just facepalm like she's still trying to say these are good things.
So that action is that we've come up with a term for that. That's the Nycos headache, also known as vexation. So you're now suffering vexation.
Oh, good. So yeah, I'm.
Okay, so he's vanished. The storm wall appears to be of reddish color.
Could I kind of glean that he might be in the same falling spot that we were in?
It's likely, only he's falling up instead of falling down. But yes,
Can I just meta? That's probably makes sense. If the ship cures itself because it blew out the bottom after you guys opened it, it would have cured itself, so we wouldn't have seen the hole either when we got down there eventually. That makes perfect sense.
right.
I just wanted the full circle.
He finally made it.
I'm just following like, oh, that makes total sense. Slice. Well, I'm not with you guys anymore.
Go ahead and take 2. Or 3.
Very good.
So that was a hell of a thing.
Yep, the cloud's still there.
Does it look like it's stuck in
As a matter of
stuff?
fact, as the other creatures come forward, one of them bumps into some of the stuff, and a second vortex starts.
Oh, let's
Same
lead them
color?
into the vortex.
No, this one's yellow.
So we have a ship full of this, or
No, it's on the ground outside the ship.
On the ground outside is apparently is an active area that is generating those vortexes.
No, what you
It's
saw.
not the area, it's the stuff from the bottle.
Yeah, because what you saw is me run through the area, and it only happened when I touched the stuff.
Yeah, when he went to pick it up.
Well, I'm concerned he's going to be there for a couple days.
All he had to do is come in contact with it.
Yeah, he just touched
All it is
That's
touched
all he
it.
had to do.
So, John, I'm concerned he's going to be in the area that we were in, so I'm going to produce a bottle of alcohol to throw into the area for him.
Nice.
Like,
You step forward and get ready to throw another bottle. She's going to freak out. No more bottles!
Well, he's a drunken master. Why don't you just
Oh no, I know. You have to show her the label. No, this is
The best thing about it,
find his vintage?
now that I think about it, I'm falling, but I have slow fall, so I'm falling very slowly for a very long time.
So you're going to just be like, okay.
okay. Because of slow fall, you actually are watching. As you're falling, there's a flash of light, on, off of light.
Mhm.
And you're thinking, oh, that's day and night.
Oh, okay.
But it can't be, because the light is the brightness of Helios. So you're watching months fly by. But they're going west to east.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what any of that means.
No.
I'm just going to write down notes to tell the rest of the group, hoping that the same
That
thing.
somebody can find the notes.
Player understands completely.
If they found a corpse holding a bottle in one hand and this one in another, they know it's me.
No, you drink the bottle and put the note in the bottle.
Right.
This is in the bottle.
It says, and the solution to this is, oh darn, that part's soaked up with alcohol. Can't eat it.
Alcohol and sick.
Him drinking from the well? I doubt it.
That's true.
Him drinking from the bottle? Yeah. So there you
I
go.
mean, if he's drinking
I
from the
gave-
bottle,
I-
I don't think there's going to be alcohol left.
Yeah. There might be one drop. I gave him his monk ration.
Yeah, you know what Helios is. Helios is the other side. Shows up.
When you fell, did you know?
You said west to east.
No, because they fell normal speed. He's got slow, which
West to east.
west to east.
And I don't know. He's falling at not normal.
You don't know anything about what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to experience it?
Are you fooling?
Each of the storms is growing at a linear rate, about 2 or 3 inches per minute.
I think we should get ready for this.
Well,
Ready for
on
what?
a good note,
The 2 storms are going to be.
That are growing.
The 2 storms are getting closer together.
I have a suspicion I know where the rain came from. Mama Holly's gonna be happy. Oh wait, she's supposedly dead.
You hear the faint sound of Nyxaland in the distance.
Could we say that there's another storm going where I threw the first one? Just
What's that?
where I threw the first one in the tree.
Does it just start conglomerating?
No, it hasn't been contacted by anything yet.
And
Up the tree.
if I
Throw a
remember
rock.
right, but we didn't hear the harmonica until after they disappeared.
That's true.
Yeah,
No, that's true, but that's also because you weren't that far enough into the ship.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to travel a little ways to find the harmonica.
But I could see where conspiracy theorists might go, oh, that's what ancient alien scientists say.
Well, yeah, I might have created the aliens
Aliens.
or access.
But it isn't aliens, it's aliens. I love that guy. Salakis, I think
You probably hold that to be more true than the other because they reappeared.
TR is an alien and an other in this world.
Yes, not an alien. He is other.
you are alien.
You
by
are
definition.
alien by definition.
Alien by definition.
Yes.
And,
Which is why he has such trouble with you.
And outer.
Kill the xenomorphs. Kill the xenomorph.
Every time you think she's stable, she does one of these.
It's like-
yeah.
To her, the Primus made
Lucius
it very
is
important that this thing's got delivered.
You're uncomfortable.
I'm like, storm's growing. Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
Yeah.
Guys,
Time is the essence.
Storm's not cool, but what about those guys?
Oh, no, we don't let him
Oh,
touch
Dave?
you.
Oh, the 2 storms are occluding. You can't even see them any longer because the bases of the storms are getting larger.
Oh, we're gonna die.
You're
You're
in trouble.
in the wind, you guys hear.
Oh, oh,
Just take it off.
I
know you want it. You know you want it.
I knew not following those other 2 branches was going to come back to haunt me.
I hate to say I told you so.
You don't hate to say it.
Actually, I love to say I told you so.
When the two storms match and run into each other, it's actually much higher because of the cone formation. That their sizes are larger near the top. So
that's
long
true.
before the base contacts, the upper half does, and when it does, the storms start to circle each other.
They start to twist.
Ooh, twin storm.
Like a double twister.
Double helix.
Yeah, double helix.
Well, just like a double helix. And then all of a sudden, there's a crashing sound near the ground where the 2 bases come in contact. And the storm changes color again. This time it's
storm.
Is it orange?
gray now.
It's gray. I don't know what's happening.
I don't
But
know,
to
but
watch
we
it.
probably shouldn't be standing here too much.
I'm just imagining.
Well, there's no shock that you're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Kern's like, finally.
How wide is
Now the rum won't always be gone.
we could be in trouble.
That is the most tiara thing that's ever been. We could be in trouble.
I think we've been in trouble since the day I walked out of my veil.
I finally found a way to get rid of him for a while.
Oh god, that's great.
Yeah, yours or mine?
Goes back to this "Are we the bad guys" thing.
I think we are now.
Kern wants to be a pirate. I don't know what you want to do with that.
Alrighty, so are you going to stay here and watch the storm some more, or are you?
No, I think we need to move away from that. But we can also try to be alert to the zombie people. And
Well, the
see-
zombies are reacting to the storms and moving away. They just
Oh, cool.
I was gonna throw a rock at one of them.
Dunk.
You have to throw it through a storm.
It's funny that the
probably
mindless
won't
beings are having more sense to walk away from this storm than the party of people.
Yeah,
What does that say about man, though?
That's animals versus humanity.
They're like
survive.
What's the George Carlin or no Eddie Murphy said about white folks and ghosts? You know, we black folks when we run into ghosts, we say get the fuck out of here. But you white folk, you say we're going to stay here and we're going to invite more white folks in here.
Beetlejuice.
That's from Raw.
It's funny because there's actually a reality show now called The Ghost Brothers, and that's two African American guys chasing ghosts.
Nice.
And more than half of the time they go running out of the house.
Yeah.
Good show.
Let's go back to camp for now.
So
We
you're
can leave
gonna leave the
this
ship
up
altogether?
Yeah, we just did something. All right, let's go.
we have rotten enough
Where the
destruction.
microwave is up there somewhere.
Look at it was 3 days before. I
Hey.
don't know.
If this had happened to Tiara's beloved trees, I wouldn't hear the end of it. But since it happened to me, she's like, let's just go back to camp.
I gave you a drink.
Maybe you should say let's go back to camp because of the first one you threw that did destroy
Okay.
part of the tree.
You wake up washing onto rocks in water. You don't remember when you hit the water surface, but you basically find yourself almost drowned. The shoreline is very rocky and craggy here. Beautiful blue sky above you.
Blue sky.
Gray sky's gonna clear up. Put on a happy face.
That's new. Just
Yeah.
get out of the
The
water.
color of heavenly blue.
Up on the shoreline is a silver dragon. It's
Have I ever seen a dragon?
well, okay. When you first see it, to you it looks like a statue because it is gargantuan. This is like the most ancient of ancient dragons. This is, matter of fact, this dragon is more beautiful than you would expect a dragon to be because your knowledge of dragons is of them being terrifying beasts.
Oh, okay.
This beautiful thing has got a long neck and is looking down at you with beatific eyes.
And just because I check for squishy to make your squishies all right because he's been about that way.
Yeah, you're still squishy.
All my squishies, all 4 of them now. I have 4 squishies.
Actually, one of them would have been dead just from smashing around inside the bottle.
Okay, so I have 3 squishies. I get rid of that squishy.
Yeah, it's dead.
I decided
You
to make
lift
one
up
of
your
them
arm, you're
Bob
holding
for
up.
some reason.
The one Bob?
Just regular Bob.
The dead one is Bob? Sure.
I just named one of them Bob. One of 3 living ones, I named them Bob.
Okay.
You just hold up the bottle
Must have
that I
been
threw
Bob.
to you, and the bottom half
Manifest
smashed
destiny.
through.
Okay, I hide.
You hear a whistling sound.
I hide like behind something and
Yeah, you hear a whistling sound. And then there's a splunk and a splash within like 5 feet of you.
Kerplunk.
There's a bottle sticking up out of the sand. 3/4 full of actual rum.
Yes.
It has the Whitney State label on it.
No hesitation.
What's that, alcohol? Okay.
God, I was in that awful water for so long. This is so much better.
Man, hydration? What's that for?
And then I just hide. I just try to investigate this dragon more. Is it awake? Is it asleep?
Yeah, it's not
I
like
jump
you.
and hide.
I try to. I put my hands up.
Okay, well, first of all, when as close as you are to it, you need to make a saving throw. Because no matter what you are as a being, dragons have this daunting existence. They just are such terrifying
Here's
creatures.
some, what is it called?
Fearsome visage.
Dread.
Frightful presence.
Frightful
presence.
I don't have my character sheet up. I'm sorry.
It's usually like a DC 18 wisdom save.
At least he's not aggressive.
So I'm jumping back in the hold because there's stone, and that should protect us against something.
Is he only
Just
seeing-
let him play through.
This is not him. This is not you. This is the him.
No, I'm from the storm.
Oh, so you're gonna climb inside the ruins?
Let's
Oh,
let
he
his
gets to the
story
dragon?
play out.
Yeah, this is all his own.
This is his mini adventure.
What is a-
Unless someone wants to jump into the storm to join him,
But now
this
the
is
storm is
his
colored.
thing.
So what is on the saving throw?
Wisdom save.
Okay.
Wisdom. It's an 18 DC.
To get all the bottles and throw them into the storm.
The good news is you're a monk, so you
Counteract
might
it.
have proficiency.
Yeah, I do. Oh yeah, 23.
Woo!
Natural 18.
You're not afraid.
No, it just merely means that you got your liquid courage just in time.
Okay.
Ooh, go, 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 go.
Let's see.
So Kern helped.
Hi.
Indirectly, yeah.
As you can see, I kind of just dropped out of nowhere.
I'm a flirt with the Durgan.
Felicitations.
Oh, you're one of them uppity dragons. I see.
One of those high town dragons.
You're one of those dragons about town, I see. Good day to you, sir.
British would say pop.
You're not from around here, are you?
What gives you that impression? Was it the fact that I fell out of the sky?
No, it's the disrespect you're showing somebody who is clearly superior to your being.
Ouch.
I respect that you are superior, but if I'm gonna die because of you, I'm gonna die either
Why
way.
would I bother to? Why would I deign to eliminate your person?
I'm just saying, I don't know what's gonna go on. I've never met a dragon. Just like you've probably never met a Daean drunk monk that fell out of the sky. If you have, amazing.
Oh, the Daean have been kind to my people.
Oh, that's great.
You're not.
I'm half, so don't let the half of the half.
Oh, the fact that you're a half elf does not bother me.
Okay. Cool.
Mostly uses the word elf. You've not heard that word
Instead of
ever
Daean.
used. Instead of Eldrin.
Oh, okay. So, we've been having like a. What's your name, first of all? I feel bad. I should make sure I.
This is a learning convention, and you definitely learned a lesson. I am Cywin.
Cywin. And are you like a special?
Right.
And are you a special type of like you seem pretty magnificent, but once again, never met a lot of dragons. So like, is there?
That's why I know you're not from around here, because there are a lot of dragons.
Is that Cywin with a Y or Cywin with an I?
Siwen.
With an E.
Yeah, with an E.
So, I'm sure you know, like, I'm just going to say this, and it might sound weird, but if it does, just let me know. I'm from the year 127 AR. What year are you from?
I'm really not sure. You went into a red storm, right? I'm really not sure of what you think. I am 1322 Common Reckoning.
Okay. And you're just, I mean, you look silvery. So what, can I call you a silvery dragon?
You may call me Cywin.
Okay. But, like, what type of dragon are you? Are there types?
Magnificent.
Magnificent dragon. Somebody's got an ego. Moving on.
Dragons! Dragons have ego! Good lord.
I just take a sip of my ego. This man about town dragon is pretty hot. Okay, so moving on. So do you know how I got here? Do you know the magics, or I'm assuming magics?
Yes, it's called tidal forces. You were in the water, you drifted up here.
Oh, maybe I should be more specific. I was actually in the middle of an island, and I walked into a storm, and I fell here.
Okay.
No, you went up.
If you fell in a if you walked into a storm and you ended up here, more than likely your ship wrecked somewhere out at sea.
Okay, one more time. I was in the middle of an island. I feel like we're communicating here, and I can trust you, Tywin. Cywin.
Tywin.
Cywin. Sorry.
We don't talk about Tywin.
I can trust you, Cywin. I was in the middle of an island. I wasn't on a ship.
This is my island.
There are no islands off this coast.
Oh, what coast are we on? That's actually a better question to ask.
So this is known as the
This.
no, this is known as the Westmore.
Is that on the map? Would I be able to...
No, you wouldn't be able to find it on the map.
Are we still in Nycos?
Look up.
Of course.
I don't know.
You still see this, the Nimbus is in the sky. Helios is on its shoulder, although Helios is considerably brighter than it was before.
Do I see?
Hence the bluish sky instead of the red sky.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something else that might blow your mind. Where I come from, the sky is red.
Well, you are a sailor, and sailors like red skies in the morning, but not at night.
The sea
No, like
is red.
all the time. Water's red too. Water's not red here. You see that?
Okay.
But what about the rum?
I'm sorry, can't help you.
Okay.
So, are you here to bring me something?
That wasn't part of the plan, but you're considerably bigger than me, so I'm not going to deny you anything.
No. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I am waiting here to receive word if they are coming or not.
Okay. Who do you believe they are?
Men.
All men, or like certain men?
Well, you are a half elf.
Yeah, so
Therefore,
apparently they already arrived, right? Like,
no, I'm not
Okay.
surprised by magics.
magics. Is that what you dragons call the down and dirty? You guys call that the magics? Because that's how high I got here. My parents probably thought it was magical.
No, you misunderstand.
Okay, just checking.
There have been people who have traveled through time. I know this is going to shock you.
Oh no, it doesn't shock me. Trust me, it really doesn't shock me anymore.
I am immune to shockingness.
Yeah, it's more the lack of it shocking other
Anyway,
people in my group. That
I was
still
told to
does.
come here and to await my calling, and that my calling would come from the sea, and the sea would alert me to whether or not they are coming.
Okay, so
There are no men here.
oh, there are no men here.
They've never been here.
Oh. Do I have any reference of how long men have been around since the first year of the AR that I'm of
Right.
AR. So they've been
For the
around.
Revenings, since the Revening, humans have always existed.
So where I come from, and
The answer is yes.
they've always been around, and so
So they've already come.
they've already come.
But that could be oblique. I have no idea whether it be in my lifetime or my
But the problem is, and
descendants.
this is where I'm leading into. We have another problem with like a second wave of them coming.
What?
Yeah. So we were like, I'm just gonna give you a little glimpse into my time. Everything was pretty chill, you know. We just had to deal with the everyday, you know, bloodthirsty tyrant or king, some wars, you know, some thievery, some back alley deals, and then you know, a big ball of light blew in the sky, and these what we assume, what we don't, but we haven't like actually, what we assume are men from a place called Nassau showed up.
Still not doing anything for me. But you say you saw something in the sky like that? He points up and you see a candle in the sky.
You see the candle.
Is it the same exact one?
You couldn't be able to. You wouldn't be able to tell very much.
But it's
It's much
Similar.
It's similar, and it's a lot. It's either much smaller or a lot further away. It's just a little tiny.
Oh yeah, definitely saw something like that before
Oh.
they came.
So would you say they're coming?
Yeah, I would say they're coming.
They're here.
I have received my message.
Oh no.
Do you have a tip for the messenger?
Yes. Stand back.
Oh Jesus. I'm just gonna stand behind you. Is that the safest place to be in this situation?
Probably not. As
No.
he raises his monstrous wings.
Oh, okay.
Her.
I run away. Scamper away. You usually tip a messenger with something a little better than just stand back.
Okay. As you say that, it goes airborne and starts to circle. As it starts to circle, you feel yourself falling again.
Slow falling.
Last time
Again. Okay.
This time the sun's running
so
east to
he
west.
raised up in the air but
Somewhere.
started falling. Yeah,
I feel like I'm going back to the future.
Link.
Yeah.
Link.
Marty! I'm coming back.
Oh, so can I make that reference because of the natural path of the sun? Can I make?
That's why, yes, you
Yeah, okay.
definitely. And just realized it was months passing that days. So it's a long past.
Months, years.
Okay, so you're hiding in the ruins. What are you doing with the storm as it's approaching?
Which storm it is approaching? Me?
The
ones
big
that we threw down.
gray storm is still increasing. It's actually increased its speed too because there's now twice as much ferocity behind it.
The gun. Do you have the gun?
Give it back to today.
Nice.
From that away.
Make it blow the other
He
way.
could have shot the dragon.
It's true. Could've-
I'll take
John,
that.
bad suggestion.
Ruined.
I think it was. Okay, listen.
Bad game master.
That thing
Bad.
swirling around, there's no reason they just can't climb up and over the ship. We might have to be further in and under and behind something that would prevent it from sucking us out. It just seemed to suck them up in the air. It could suck us up unless we get under something and behind something to stop the effect. Crawl under the ground, make a hole.
I yell as I'm running for You think your face is gonna save us?
This is like 50 yards away. I just imagine. It's like that.
Yeah, I turn around and just run. I see the druid run.
Above ground or below ground? Because he went down in the hold and took it.
Yeah, I'm running down into the
Could I perform a nature check to see if this is outrunnable? Or if it's growing too fast to be able to even...
No, you can outrun it. It's moving less than 30 per right now.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if it was getting
think
faster.
Right.
No.
The key word is run. No. No, she's gonna follow her own words where she thinks that you're gonna have to get under something
Okay, so they're all.
and behind something solid.
Just want to make sure we're all in the same place. It'd be horrible to split the party
What
again.
about Edward? Oh, who went out? Went up in the shore? Just him?
Just him. Just him.
Okay. Edward, what are you doing?
So he's by himself on the shore.
Oh no, you don't even know where he is.
We have
We don't
no
know.
He disappeared.
We have no idea where
He
he is.
disappeared into a storm. You knew that you fell for 2 days, so he could be gone for a long time. But you don't remember this kind of a thing. This is not what you experienced at all.
This
You
is a
fell
new
into
thing.
the model.
That's weird.
The effect for you was ground zero, so you had no time to appreciate what developed around you.
Oh no, it didn't because
Oh.
they went into the bottle.
They went into the...
Right, because they removed
Yeah,
the
it's
cap.
the bottle
And
in
the
the-
magic on the bag,
Yeah.
the magic on the bottle is to bring things inside it so you can seal it.
Like a genie.
That's some point.
You got suckered in.
Out.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I went down
Okay,
the hole.
so are you running down the hall with them, or are you going to stay above and watch the storm?
I'll run with him.
Okay. So everybody's down below. You can hear the roar of the storm now as it's getting closer. And all of a sudden you hear. I wouldn't say it would be a yell. It's you were falling at a regular pace, and all of a sudden you're being thrown laterally. So it kind of surprises you. So you don't mean to, but it's the will.
So does the Wilhelm scream.
The Wilhelm scream. Fall out of the storm sideways. Get
So-
thrown from it.
So he's just flung out of the storm.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
You're on top. You're on top of the ground, near the hold. The storm is at the edge of the ship.
You okay?
There. Well, you ran.
I never said I ran. Sorry, John. But
So I see-
you asked me,
asked
but
you.
then like 3 people cut me off.
So I
I
just
know.
run into you. Where's everybody at? Holy
They
shit!
they ran.
Run from what? Oh, that
Shit.
run!
Okay.
I'll explain later. Just let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah. See, I wanted to stay behind to see if it did spit him out or something.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And then I would just book it.
So he comes in down the hallway with the dude. So
Okay, so are we safe?
yeah, you're inside the ship.
Presumably.
You're far
I,
enough down. You no longer hear the wind.
I give them the backlog on everything that happened, and then I kind of let them know that when I fell through the storm, I think I fell backwards in time.
Do I know about the dragons?
What do you know? What do you mean? Do you know about the dragons?
From heaven, because they're one of the closest things to. Never mind.
Do you remember your time from heaven?
You know you're talking about the dragons live in Nimbus. You guys haven't interacted with any dragons, so you wouldn't know.
What?
You have not interacted with dragons. Ergo,
Okay.
no knowledge of the lore.
Okay, fine.
So I tell him every time, like, I think I feel backwards in time, guys. I think. Did that storm? Was that like?
Show me the bottle.
I don't have the bottle. What bottle? The bottle you. Oh, yeah. Did you send this back, right?
Is it full?
I mean,
No.
what do you think?
No.
I must be telling the truth, guys.
What do you think? What do you think? So I tell him about the dragon. Apparently, so the dragon was there to. I didn't see what happened, but in the battle of dragon versus light, I can only assume that that dragon was at that time the nation's defense against the visitors from Nassau. And this isn't their first time here. But we've heard so many different times in our last 2 days. He mentioned the year 1000, I wrote it down.
1300.
1322 CR.
Common reckoning.
Common reckoning. We are currently in 127.
AR.
And the quartermaster mentioned 326 second iteration. So we got a lot of timey-wimey stuff going on here, guys. Stuff's bigger on the inside, timey-wimey stuff. I part of me wants to make a screwdriver, but I don't have any oranges or something. But so the storm seems to. I don't know if it has the same.
How did you get back here?
Oh, as soon as I delivered the message, it seems like
You were supposed to deliver something, probably.
the dragon. I was meant to deliver a message to the dragon, and as soon as I did, and he flapped his wings, and I was caught up in another storm.
Well, no, say what you shouted to the dragon.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay, gotcha. I didn't make that connection. Sorry. I kind of in my classical peckish self, I told the dragon they usually tip the messenger, and my tip was coming back to you guys. So at the end of the day, not a great tip, but not a great tip.
Like you could have been where we would have never.
I punch in the arm like jokingly.
But what was the message you gave him? That
The humans were coming.
The humans are coming. The humans are coming.
Glug.
haven't humans been here?
Pretty sure we're here.
So he thought my. So I mentioned everything. So I mentioned that he was kind of thought my union as. First of all, he called me an elf. I haven't been. Our people haven't been called elves for. Years.
Only the old men talk that way.
Yeah, it's kind of derogatory. I don't know if it's derogatory or not. I'm just joking. But
you can't use that word. That's our
word. But he called me an elf, and when he saw that I was half elf, he thought that the union, that my creation was through magic and not through
through time travel.
Or through travel.
He said, "I'm not unfamiliar with time travel." When you were talking about your existence,
so he knew that I came about the classical way, but it was just
you had to come from humans, but humans weren't here yet.
So he wasn't surprised. Yeah, I think.
Cywin, that's a girl.
He also knew the Daeans were.
Oh, and he said they had a good relationship with the Daeans, but
with the elves of Daean.
Yeah, and I did not want to break the news to him that relationship does not go well for them. But seeing as how I was staring down the mouth of a giant dragon.
So it wanted to eat you.
No, he was kind of above it. It was kind of like, why? It was like, why wouldn't you want to eat me? But it was not. He was like. He's a very arrogant.
So wait, you were offended that the dragon did not want to make you its dinner?
A little bit.
Come back here and eat me.
A little bit. But he was,
What, am I not good enough for you?
So your message was that apparently he had been waiting for was that.
Well, yeah, I just said I explained
others were here or the humans were here.
The humans are
No,
coming.
So he doesn't know them as the others. So the others that he described, I never brought up the others. I wasn't trying to steer him in the direction. I was trying to get him to tell me what he thought was coming. And he told me that because I wanted to have him actually give me the information rather than me just feed him stuff. So I was
What a wonderful negotiation technique!
Where did you learn that?
So I asked him who did he think was coming, and he said man is coming, but he didn't have any reference to what we are dealing with now. So we came to the understanding that that was the first visit of man in that year. But there is no consciousness for it. We don't have any recollection of it. Humans have always existed for us. I just stare at Lucius.
How big are those bottles?
Then,
About that tall.
well, then
Like
what
little
did you
syrup
do
bottles with a
after you
little
said the
handle.
humans had already...
You can spin them around if you want.
No, I was gonna start putting it in
He-
the bag.
He just said he had an understanding of time. He has an understanding of
Here's
time,
50.
so he knows that I'm from. He knew I was from a different time.
I'll put 49.
Who knew you had to be for you to be a half elf?
Yeah, he knew that my
You
existence.
can't put them in bottles.
Depending upon human being.
Yeah.
Rule number 1: no more bottle opening.
Huh?
Yeah. I'm taking that.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's necessarily the. I don't because we opened the bottle and I don't think that did anything. I think it's when I went and touched. But also, if we.
You hear a weird sound to the aft of the ship, creaking, groaning, like the timbers of a vessel.
Straining.
Isn't this petrified wood like 2 minutes ago?
Yeah. Look at the wall. Is it still petrified?
Right where you are, yeah.
Hold on. Did you guys bring the rest of the bottles down here, or did you guys just leave them?
They're all down here.
Oh, okay.
No, they're in the hold. You guys ran away from the hold. They're still in the hold directly under where this thing is about to hit.
I think we better rescue the... Don't let the storm suck those things.
As you think about it, you start running back, and when you get there, you see that first of all, the aft portion of the ship has reverted back to wood. The storm is still moving
And everyone
in your
can see
direction.
that, right?
Yes, you can see this, and you can see that the vault is straining against its ropes.
We need to get it under cover and stop it from being pulled up.
We? How do you think we're gonna do that?
There's 240 bottles. Physically, I don't think you can carry them between you.
No.
No, but we can drag the chest.
You could try to drag the chest, but it won't necessarily fit through the archway into the main ship.
I
We can try.
Let's try.
I take
Taking bottles.
So, I have a question.
Yeah.
When you open the bottle, you go in it, and the bottle itself just disappears.
Well, no, you fell into the bottle. Then the bottle fell back between the bottles. That's why when they got there, there were three. They were
all were there.
339 were there
Oh, okay.
because you had the one that you hadn't opened. Because you gave him one and you had one. Yeah, it was 339, and then you took one out and threw it in the thing, and then that 338,
336 right now.
and now 336.
Well, wait, if he took out one and he had one,
He used his,
I've
and,
broken
Yes.
3
you
bottles.
and that bottle fell back into the box.
And I've broken 3 bottles.
That's right. 336.
and then the one that...
I will say.
Oh no, wait, no, you broke 2 bottles.
Come on, help me get this thing
One
as
of those
far
was
as
his
we possibly
Yes.
can.
So we're now at
This-
336. That
Can you imagine what
236.
would happen if all these bottles got broken?
I mean,
Or worse yet, they're going to get sent into a storm. And we don't know what this storm does because this is gray now. It's not the red that you saw him enter.
guys.
Let's try to grab
I have
it
a theory.
and hold it somewhere safe.
In order to move it safely, why doesn't one of us hold it? Like while we have the rest of the.
The Goliath could lift it.
Okay.
The Goliath could lift it.
I mean, I'll tie you off,
Yeah.
and I will hold you just so you don't get sucked in.
Well, tie him off to something solid.
Well, we need to pull him back. If we just tie him off,
Yeah.
I think he's just gonna be.
Okay, so you're gonna walk out there against the pole of the storm and start undoing the ropes and getting ready to grab it.
I stare back at Lucius. I'm like, do you really think that like we created the maelstrom if we're out of time? Would you? Okay, just.
No. I don't know.
I was like, could you imagine if 250 of these went off? Like, it would cause something maelstrom-esque, right? Oh, shit.
Master asking. Cause something catastrophic.
I was like, get the balls!
I do not want this to be my legacy. I am not the bad guy. I am not the bad guy.
I deliver the message.
Okay, we'll try to get
Okay, so
back.
he gets the
He
chest.
helps.
He's trying to carry the chest back to you. It looks like it might go through, but on its side.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
So you're gonna have to strap ropes around it so that when it turns sideways, they don't all dump
does
out.
anybody have more ropes in their, did anybody else
I
get
have
theirs
ropes.
back?
I have 100
Mine is
feet
already
of
tied
silk
off.
rope.
Mine is
Okay.
already tied off on.
Okay,
That's how we got down here, yeah.
so we get to get them tied around it, and so you're able to drag it into the hallway. But as it does so, the rest of the hold turns back into wood. And the storm's continuing to move forward, almost like it's eating the ship. But it's not destroying it. It's
Just reverting it.
It's reverting.
Dude, this is that timey-wimey shit I was telling you guys about.
Oh, this is what you guys saw.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
this is
So
actually,
just to clarify, because I'm not
Yeah.
picking up on this, is the storm in the ship or just outside the ship?
the ship is a vortex. Vortex goes down up in one direction and down in the other. It's temporarily changing things.
I understand that that's what's going on. I'm just curious if inside the ship we literally see a wall
You
of
see a
storm
wall of
coming.
storm coming through.
That's
yes.
what I wanted to know.
so it's like moving past us, but not with the ferocity as if.
No, it's spinning.
Oh.
Literally, air's coming through the wall
Oh.
because it's not affected by
Matter.
space-time. Yeah, matter is not going to affect space-time.
So
Okay.
can we keep moving away from it?
You can.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily. If it's not doing anything to us, I'm not necessarily worried. I've already kind
Well,
of.
you'd
No,
be
but
beat
it's
up by it, or you'd
moving.
be passing into it.
Okay, well let's just move.
More importantly, the chest is moving into it.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what I've done.
Okay. So you're coming down the down the boat, and you hear what's name playing a rather lively tune on his harmonica.
Can somebody take away that guy's goddamn harmonica?
It makes him happy, dude.
Yeah, but we don't need to be dancing a jig while our
For the rest of
Goliath
our
is
lives.
holding a massive box of
Storm in a box.
Storm in a bottle.
Okay, granted.
Maybe silence?
More creaking and groaning as the boat seems to be reviving, if you will, turning back into wood.
Is it having effects on like? Because remember how like what were their names? Like the week before, we had kind of seen the La Llorona around, and then
Right. You haven't seen anything like that since.
so those people like are we seeing the still like the remnants of Hornbull and Tolls? Are there like
Well, you haven't got back out on
We
the
haven't
deck.
gotten on
They were
deck.
up on the deck. As you're heading down that direction, though, you're beginning to be a little concerned because it does look like it's going to keep growing. Looking out from that hold and looking back at the storm, it is now probably close to a quarter mile across. And
So
I
I was gonna say
and now you can make your assessment that no, you won't be able to outrun it if it continues to move at the rate it's going now.
all right, I have a dumb idea.
What?
Oh no, I'm willing to wait till everyone else says theirs first.
I had a dumb idea too, so
What
I'll
about-
share
oh.
my dumb idea after yours.
Oh my god, it must have already gotten Tommy though.
I was actually thinking of
Tommy really hates us. He picked the wrong crew to hang out with. This.
yeah.
Anybody
That's a
else?
little-
Turn around and just run into
Tommy
it.
does a little bit.
With all the bottles? I still have my terrified maelstrom.
You can't outrun it.
We have something. I have something that could potentially get us to a completely different place back in Selk.
Talk about your gun. To push it away.
Where's this coming from?
I'm talking about the portal that takes us back to the
Oh.
cave under Bob's lair.
We have to make a seal though.
I mean, we have a wood ship around us.
It takes about an hour to make the seal.
When was
Remember?
it an hour? Last time it took us like.
It didn't take us 2
No,
seconds.
you had the paper versions and you had to lay them down and carve.
And it took us 30 minutes for both of us to transcribe it on paper.
It's demon magic.
He's like, we're not using dark magic to go.
Okay, I
Yeah, dark
cough and I
magic.
say, okay, soul seller over here, demon magic.
There's not enough time!
The roar of the storm is becoming hard for you guys to talk over as the wall's
I
still
mean,
approaching.
Is there a way we can get deeper into the ship?
Where you run to after the ship, you're coming up all the way to the...
No, but like.
We're coming to the end of our rope.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
go
can run
in.
up on deck, up onto what would be the deck of the ship.
Yeah. I mean, if it's going to get us one way or the other, it's better not to be stuck through a small area.
I'm gonna reach in the trunk and grab one of the bottles.
Yeah, I put a bunch of them in my bag. Actually, I
That means you have to untie it. So you have to lay it down and untie all the ropes that you just tied to make sure it was secure for coming down the hallway. It's not going to happen instantaneously.
No.
I turn around and I
You
run
keep on
into the
moving.
store.
I'm not.
Stop,
afraid.
Lucius! It's not a monster!
Crossbow.
I Titanic reference. I take my fiddle out and I just start playing next to the chest.
I'm going for a bottle.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
you're
try
gonna start taking the knots.
Yeah, and I
Yes.
just I take some and put it in my bag.
Well, you got to get them out. You have to get together to get the
If somebody
ropes.
has a knife, cuts it off. I'm like,
So you're destroying the rope. If you want to destroy the rope, you can get to it faster. Okay.
Oh, man. Okay.
As you do so, the storm stops abruptly. Or did it just pass you? You're really not sure. He's running down the hold of the ship. About 2/3 of the way down, he runs into a couple of crewmen. What's up, boyo? How'd you get aboard?
Who are you?
I'm Slav. That's Norv. We're crewmen here. What are you doing aboard our ship?
It's just about to kill people.
You a stowaway?
No, we've been on the ship for a while.
Oh, Captain didn't tell us they had any paying passengers.
Yes, we paid.
Dearly.
Yeah, it's a deal between us and your captain.
And the captain's name is?
I can't read my own handwriting.
Nope. Captain at the end of the letter. Unger.
Captain Unger? Was that the name of the ship?
Okay.
wasn't it Longrat?
Longrat.
No.
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 Longrat was what the other guy was calling himself.
No, because we
The Corrid was Longrat.
The
originally.
part of Longrat. I don't know. I'm not there.
I'm gonna sit with that.
But if you were there when
Unger.
we had the name, I mean, it's just a universal knowledge if we say the name.
I can't offhand remember.
I wrote it down.
Sure.
Well, look near that note because Longrat was the person you met just before him. So. Yeah, because you and Tiara were the ones that talked to him.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name.
Something UGAGE. That's what I have.
Well, I have a question real fast because I came back and one of the first things you guys said is you have a problem with my dad, Davros.
Dobro.
Sorry.
bro.
He's not.
Is there a relation or something that's going
There is a
on?
correlation that's going to happen here in just a few minutes.
Yeah. Oh crap! Are we gonna run into young Dobro right now?
Oh, that would be weird.
Hey, kill him.
Dude,
Fades away.
Now, you are my father.
It's more the quantum.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm sticking
I feel
with
like I'm
that name.
fading.
You can't hold anything anymore. You can't even hold my liquor.
You have a,
Yeah, I remember
a
that.
miniature picture of yourself and parts of you are
thought I had it.
I need my Nycos book.
disappearing.
Yeah, the picture of me is going to disappear before me.
You just did. You vanished from the screen right there. Oh, now you're back.
Whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Unless we're following
Unless it's doing the thing that's getting rid of
time
me.
travel,
Yeah, because then
Spit on
because
everything.
then Kern wouldn't be here to actually go back in time and do all that stuff. So it collapses all that
So
stuff.
that's not how it works, but okay.
The quantum thing.
Right.
I mean, I don't think anybody really knows how time travel works, but I give people the benefit of the doubt.
it's Nycos. It could.
I mean, I said I had nothing to do with it.
But we don't have a storm. We're not dealing with a storm.
Sure, Tiara. Sure.
I wasn't even here more than what is it now? About 3 weeks ago? Yeah, about
The
3
number
weeks
changes
ago.
every time it's spoken.
All we know is that hanging out with you people and waiting for a rabbit with a timepiece to walk by.
Is that a reference?
No, his name's Phil. He's a cool guy.
Could you spell what you have again?
UGLY.
UNGAGE. That's what it looked like. I don't think that's even
It's like
Ungig. Ungig. That doesn't sound right.
I thought it was like. In my brain, it's like Umbridge, but I know that's not right.
Ugig?
Sounds familiar.
Could be.
Ungar sounds familiar.
Ugage?
Ungar, but not Unger. Yeah, okay.
How dare.
We'll go with that. No, it just would be too weird.
Captain Ungar.
Ungar?
All I know is he was like a gnome on mechanical stilts. And
Okay, that helps. That helps. That helps. That helps.
Yeah, gnome on mechanical
No.
leg.
Yeah.
You found it?
No, he just remembers things.
I wrote down half of it. No, I didn't. I wrote gnome on stilts. Or gnome on stilts, mechanical stilts, and I didn't write his name.
Stilts. Captain Stilts.
That's what the crew calls him. Yeah, that works. But
Stiltskin.
All I have to do is find a gnome now on stilts.
I think the more pressing matter is just the crew going, what's the captain's name?
So all of a sudden the storm stopped.
well, it just the wind stopped.
Lucius scared it off. That's what happened.
He ran into a
He
storm
intimidated
with a
it.
bow and arrow.
Or we
Can I get an
ran.
intimidation check on the storm?
Or in order for the storm to stop, someone has to be in it.
Oh, that could be too.
Or the other thing is that we passed back into the eddy, in which the storm doesn't exist.
I still think we created the maelstrom.
You think it, there you do it.
This is what we saw last
All I
time.
know is that she's.
It was a fully functional ship. They were traveling kind of like through the ground, like a plow goes through the ground, but not.
Well,
under
you're
the
also feeling the swaying motion once the storm passed over you. The timbers are the timbers are groaning just like a vessel would.
I'll spin around and tell them, carry on.
Renewed.
And I go back to
Okay.
Okay. We continue on through the ship
just go above deck.
up towards the rear and up.
So I just have a question. How did you guys suck us into your psychosis?
How what?
How did you suck us into your psychosis?
You're looking over your body, make sure you've got none of those yellow mold wounds.
I know!
I'm fine. It enters through the eyes, you know?
Not exactly, but okay. Wish your eyes are open.
Right. So
Above deck.
Oh, well, it's
you're up on deck.
Yeah.
Hornbull and what's his name are still arguing.
Hornbull and who?
Marble and...
Captain Unger?
No, it wasn't the captain. It was the ship surgeon.
Yeah.
They're still arguing.
Yes. They're arguing about whether or not they should complete the mission or not.
So they're on the
And
deck.
they're loud enough?
They're on the deck currently as you come up on the deck.
Okay, he walks forward.
You can see the trench of dirt behind you as it falls in on itself as you move along. And far enough back, it looks like the land is actually healing itself because it actually falls back into place.
She watches that first. That catches her eye.
Yeah.
Then she turns around. Excuse me, please. She says,
Excuse me, when did you get aboard?
Just recently.
Stowaway?
No. Just recently.
We've been at sea for, we've been offshore for close to a year. How did you get here? Is this some fell magic?
No, not that I know of.
I'm highly suspect you're one of them.
What's to them?
Mortal.
No, I'm not mortal.
Oh, I think we can find that out soon enough.
Brandish daggers.
Yep.
Hey, you guys want to hold this? You want to present? You want a bottle?
Let's just see how this plays out. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are still in the staircase up to the hold. You're not actually out. And you've got the case, and the case is now open, so you can get to the bottles. But
I'm taking one.
Yeah, me too.
You know, my question, I guess, was to you is what?
I want to know why you're on my ship. Captain! Captain!
I already talked to the captain earlier.
Captain comes walking around the corner. What is it? This stowaway says she's talked with you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is it a
If there, see if there's more. Usually if they're like rats. If there's one, there's more than one.
Are we all
Remember, what's the name again? The girl.
the La Llorona?
Yeah. Remember La Llorona. We don't want to have that problem again. Caused all kinds of problems when she lost that storm.
Are we with Tiara right now? Are we all?
Well, you're seeing her talking on the deck.
We hung back a little bit.
Okay.
She's here on deck. Where
Do we see them like acting hostilely toward her, or are we just?
Yeah, you saw him pull knives.
I see the captain. He's noticeable, right? He's on the stilts, right?
Yeah, but he's also above where you are because he's up on the aft quarter where the steering wheel, where the wheel is.
I just run over and I yell to the captain, "We're here to stop a mutiny."
Oh, I think we were already in the process of that. Now you've made it worse. Who the hell are you?
We were sent by the Windswept to ensure that you complete your mission.
Wait, that makes no sense. Why would they send a Scorn?
I'm a. What I know what a scorn is.
It's.
I'm saying what I know. So this is a time where the Danes are not looked upon kindly. So,
No,
This
you're
has
half
nothing
elf.
to do with Dan, actually.
okay.
Has to do with the fact you're half elf.
Okay. So I say because scorns are often overlooked, so nobody pays much attention to us when we travel.
Yeah, but you give yourself away whenever you use the T and often.
Often.
I have no idea. Well, I'm here to tell you, the Windswept wants to make sure that the.
That makes no sense.
How would I have all this
Tell
information?
me the captain's name.
this is entirely
Of the windswept is what he's asking.
Do you have that paper still? Can you just shout it out from the back? I look back at you.
He looks back into the hole, back down into the tunnel. And you know more of them. Silent beat to quarters.
Would he know the captain's name? Then?
And you hear drums go.
Pull out the
I'm seeing if I even wrote it down.
Or could you just do a check, like, because he has the paper, so we have that knowledge?
Yeah, you make a quick history check, see whether he's got it or not.
I have no idea. What
I really prefer when you guys take your own notes instead of me having to keep digging them out.
That's it. I just rule that if I don't have it written down, then I don't remember it.
That's not fair to the character.
It was.
Because you don't take you're maybe one of my better note takers, but even the best of them can't always. Alkaline. Captain Alkaline.
That's Captain Alkaline.
That came from him.
Yeah, he said it down.
Yeah, bring your compatriots out.
We have nothing on. We have nothing to hide.
Then come on out.
I just. So who's falling back? So he hasn't seen.
The two crewmen that you ran into earlier are coming down that you talked to earlier are coming down the ship towards you. They go, they're trying to steal the vault.
Oh, because we moved it.
Yeah.
That's beside the point.
Grab a
So
ball and throw it.
I have one in my pocket. I'm like, you know what this shit does. Back up. I don't know what else to do. They're trying to pick up. We are here peacefully, but it's
They're trying to secure the ship. They literally think that we're stowaways and trying to steal their precious cargo.
But dude, like, come on, man. You can't always be neutral. You gotta. Are you gonna be?
So you pull it up. When you do, the captain starts motioning people to give you room.
We are here. You guys know what these captain. You know what these do, right?
I don't know that you know.
I
And
know.
if I believe that you're coming for the vault, then I know you did not come from the Windswept. Because the Windswept entrusted these to us to complete the mission they began.
What if I told you that you never complete that mission? Would that give you any inclination that I know what these do?
When you say never complete, I think you're missing the kind of a point.
What if I say you didn't complete the mission when we ran into you?
That would be
the
no.
first time.
The first time we ran into you.
This is the second time we ran into you.
This is his first time.
No, it's not.
Tag team.
It is.
So you obviously come out of the shadows as well.
Yes.
I talked to you earlier. I
You
met
did not.
Yes, I did.
Hey, I hate to say it, but women lie.
Look,
You
those two are.
have a harmonica playing person down below. Can you bring them up?
Long Rat, get up here. Long Rat comes up on the deck, gives you guys a far berth as he walks up, making sure to stay far away from the vault of storms. Yes, Captain, what is it? This strumpet says you were speaking to him. I never saw it before.
You invited me to dance.
I invite everyone to dance. How would I possibly know whether you were one of the strumpets that I asked?
And then you invited my friend to join us
Hey,
at the party.
do not judge my life choices.
I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you.
You know my mother, Holly.
What of it? I am not your daddy.
I know.
Billie Jean was not my lover.
No, but you met my mother before she was my mother. When
Well, she
was-
couldn't be your mother.
When she was still a sprite.
She couldn't be. Yeah, well, yeah.
When I know her, she's a dryad.
Okay. What does that prove about anything?
It proves that we talked
I know that
before.
there's blue and there's orange.
That we've talked before. That's what it proves. How else would I know that?
As I say, I talk to a lot of folks. I tell a lot of stories.
Well, I mean, so do I. So, but yeah.
So
That's
this-
not the point right now.
This is not a continuation of the time.
Wow. There's a revelation for you.
This is not continuing from where we were. It's some other point.
Well, I told you we went. We knew we were back in time.
Continuation at what point? Because
Guys.
you and I saw something completely different that time.
Guys, we are back in time. Hold on, I didn't think we're having this conversation. Wait, what did you guys miss that we're back in time?
Because the ship is whole and moving again as I saw it.
He goes, that would explain why you came to steal it.
No, we didn't come to steal anything.
Then why did you bring it down the hall?
Because when we went into your ship, the whole upper deck was petrified wood. The bottom part was a wreck, and it
Well, now I know
was-
you're lying.
and it was buried in the dirt almost up to the
If you had looked
top.
outside, we're still buried in the dirt. 2/3 of the
Not
vessel
as
is underneath.
Hold
far.
on, outside. Can we see any shade of what the sun is outside, or the sky is?
Yeah.
It's blue. So we went back too.
Yeah, they pulled us.
You look on the horizon, there's a dragon flying away.
Oh no, that was way before.
And it's the dragon's fault.
Okay, dragons. Are they real or not?
Oh,
Of course
the
dragons
dragon
exist.
I'm just gonna say, listen. When we first visited this ship, we visited
Right.
at least 100 years from now. Because I don't know what the reference is. I just know we're in our iteration.
Like I said, the fact that you suffered from the effects of our mission does not give you a right to steal the rest
We
of our
weren't
mission.
trying to steal it. So in our time, there was a storm that got. There was this.
Reset. Break.
Well, what do you? If you're here, say something, man.
No, he wants to reset by breaking 2 more bottles.
No, we don't need another storm.
It's kind of blunt.
Your ship was being overcome by a new storm that was created.
And we didn't want all these bottles to get caught up in the.
And we didn't want the bottles to get caught up in the
So we're
storm. It was already a mixture of 2 storms.
You know, the problem with lying is that I cannot ever believe anything you have to say.
Don't
You know, I'm
lie.
tired of this dude. I'm looking at Lucius. I'm like, Lucius, I'm real tempted. You gotta, Lucius and Kurt. I'm about to throw this ball at this face.
I cannot
even there yet.
afford-
There are 20 crew. If you want to fight them, there's 20 crew.
Yeah,
No.
I got bottles. I'm popping bottles.
No, I do not want to fight. Captain, I can't afford to lie. I would lose whatever I am if
Try-
I
Are you a
blatantly
priest? Some kind
lied
of
to
priest
you.
then?
I'm trying to channel the Lucius
What?
your crossbow.
Are you some kind of priest?
Trying to develop the
I
force
will
right
show
there.
you what I am. Turns into a radiant slow soul and flies up.
Nice trick.
No trick.
I haven't seen an Aarakocra in a while. You're kind of prettier than I expected.
And she comes back down.
And you're taller for what we expected. That's not a good compliment to give people. You're prettier than I expected.
I am not a sprite. I'm not saying.
Well, I heard that Aarakocra had the face of birds.
I'm not elven. I'm
That's a
Asimov.
mean compliment.
I didn't say you were elven. I said you were mortal. You were human.
No.
You look like one.
Well, so does that mean you're
You
immortal?
cannot be what I showed you
Does that
and
mean
be
he's immortal because we saw him on the ship?
That's a good question. What is you obsessed with being mortals?
I was sent here from.
Right? Because he was technically the only thing on the ship that was living.
I've been here on this place, maybe not in this time, but on this place, 3 weeks.
Why would we talk to he doesn't understand our concepts, TR. He's immortal.
Is he immortal?
It's the only reason he was the only one left
Is our
living on this
gnomes
ship.
mortal?
What?
No, it's not that he's
he's a gnome.
gnomes. I think it's him. Him specifically. Maybe even Longrat over there is immortal too.
Well, yes.
Captain
We'll have a
Albert.
really long lifespan.
But they aren't mortal, right?
Of course not.
Not in the way we understand.
Mortals is immortals.
Okay.
That's immortal?
I'm not there.
No, you're not there. You're not mortal anyway.
Me and him.
I
are
am
not there.
too, in a way.
That's immortal.
I'm earning
That's a
my
definite
way.
mortal.
I have been sent down here, and I am earning my way.
Sent down. So you are from the Elven Heights?
No, from Elysium.
Where's that? Is that someplace north of Arios?
She wouldn't know how to explain
I'm still
it.
just standing with the ball. We just
From the heavens.
Fire. Yeah.
Well,
From heaven.
uh-huh.
I really hope that thing never goes
Okay.
off. Well, no, no.
I see that it makes apparently no sense to you. From the realm of the gods.
Oh, so you claim to be a demigod.
No, 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 no.
Tiara, I don't know how this is helping the conversation.
Just
Why-
a servant.
Messenger?
A little lesser. I have to earn my way.
Less than a messenger from the heavens. I'll have to ponder that. Take them below.
Nope.
Clap them in irons.
No, please.
Relax. I know what these bottles do.
You won't do it.
We already did it today.
I've already done it 3
twice.
times.
What if you? Oh, maybe that's.
I've already done it 3 times. I'm cool with meeting some more dragons. I'm a Dane on the edge. You're gonna let my crew walk slowly out of here. We're gonna leave your vault, and we'll see you in a couple hundred years.
You're going to leave the vault and all remaining.
Besides the one.
No, even that one has to stay.
But when I walk out, I will toss it back to you when we're safe distance away. And good luck catching it.
Sure.
Where's Kern? Why am I not seeing Kern?
He's
Kern?
below deck still.
Kern, you alive? Kern, we're trying to get off. If you want to come off the ship, if you want to stay here, have at it. Oh, by the way, you should let Kern meet Dobro if you have an opportunity. I feel like they would get along.
Dobro! Yes, sir. Come up here.
Kern, there's a guy named Dobro up here if you want to meet him.
Looking like a younger and a little bit more surly version
Kern, it's your
of Kern.
father.
Oh, don't say that.
She already said it.
So Dabra was expecting some child to come walking out.
Well, Kern hasn't even come, so Kern doesn't want to play today.
I have no children of which I lay claim.
Are you?
That doesn't mean you don't have your children.
I'm too young. I haven't been to sea but for 2 years, so
Dabra Withany.
yes. How do you know me?
Because we know your son. And because we've actually met you.
That part, the meeting me part, is clearly a lie. I have not met you.
Shall we say?
And I'm going to distance myself as much as possible because I don't want the captain thinking that I helped you get on board.
No.
So
Go ahead and break the
We never met you in.
I'm gonna throw in a tiara.
We never met you in this age.
roll a d6 for me, Tiara.
Just back off the ship. I just wanted to see Dabra. Be like, Dabra, remember this face.
Okay. You throw it at her, and the storm, bluish in color, forms at her feet. She goes falling upward in the storm.
I grab another one real quick. I'm like, so yeah, throw the bottles.
Wait! No, you have that. You reach for another one. We will go ahead and kill you. No, you went off. You can get off. I'll be kind enough to give you a longbow.
She'll come back. We'll be fine. This was just a.
Oh yeah, but we're still moving.
Yeah.
So where she comes back to, you won't be. You need to get into the water to go save her.
In the water?
It just flung her.
What, why does that water have bushes?
Well, I meant the seas.
We're stuck on land. We'll give you a longboat if you want to leave. Just starts the longboat rolling away.
I just look at the like, okay, let's go. We'll go hit the seas.
Gonna need a Goliath because the only one strong enough to have the oars and
Okay.
the
You
boat.
guys are just walking. Like,
Yeah, we're. So are
They lower longbow for you. It doesn't move.
we're like, okay, thanks guys.
They're actually dragging it across the surface.
Yeah, like, we appreciate this. Okay, so we're off the ship.
If you so want to be, no flasks can leave. There should be 235 in the box.
They wouldn't know how many were in the box because they came on us afterwards. So Kern still has one that he took.
That's true.
I know, but I'm just clarifying. There should be 235. I know that he took one. I believe he took one as well. I believe you took one as well. So there's 233 left on board. Anybody else want one now, or forever hold your peace?
There we go.
There's 232.
Chaotic neutral has tainted you. Yes.
I've already broken enough of these flasks. I don't need more.
You're done. You're done. Okay. So they slowly leave you behind as the
We
ship
just
goes.
stop as they let us go. We're like, this is.
And you see their ship just continue to tear up the soil as it moves away from you.
They've marooned us.
Is it called marooning when we're all still on the same land that we're?
It's still.
Is it going away slowly? Like, is it going away at like a fast pace?
20, 30 knots, yeah.
Like, is it one of? Okay, so it's not one of those things where if we're walking next to it, we walk past it faster than it's actually.
No, it's actually moving.
Okay,
Well,
so
30 miles an hour is faster than you can walk. You could probably run
it's
it
30
in a
knots, 30 miles
sprint.
an hour.
No, it's
more.
Like 20. So.
A
Slightly
nautical mile
under.
is 1.16.
It's a longer distance, but it measures.
It's going apace.
Okay, it's just going fast. So, yeah.
The last thing you'll see is you'll hear bells ringing on board the ship, and they take down the sails, and they start putting wooden panels over the top of the vessel.
Well, it's all good. We'll see him in a couple hundred years. Then he'll remember us.
If we even make it back.
Well, we've already technically met him. It's just our original selves won't know that we met him before. It's a headache.
How did
I
he
know.
get off the ship if he didn't come up?
Eventually did.
Oh.
Actually, he did when we were saying freedom. I'm pretty sure he just didn't want to meet his dad, or didn't let his dad know that his son was on the ship. I just wanted to kind of rub that in his face and be a jerk. It was fun for me.
See if he throws you a bottle of rum anymore.
Exactly.
No more rum for you.
I've been making grog. I've been getting pretty good at it.
All right. So you're sitting there in the boat.
On a boat that's not moving.
Yep.
Goliath, row.
Is that roll?
I get out and just start. I just start walking.
It scrapes the ground with the oars.
I just get out and start walking.
He's not strong enough to just use the
Okay.
oars as
Okay.
props.
Tommy's not even in existence yet. We don't know where he came out of this farm.
He's never been.
You're not with us either, so I don't know where you're at.
No, you're not with us. That's true.
I know that.
So I got to figure out where.
Okay, what? So you rolled a 4, right?
2.
2. All right.
Worse.
So. Yeah, so the storm was blue?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what she said, yes.
Is you end your fall, you are just next to the sheepfold.
The what?
A sheepfold. You can hear the sheep lowing gently inside of the space. And there's a little eldrin child, really pointed ears. I mean, taller than the back of his head. Mm-hmm. And he's chewing on a piece of grass. And he's got a yo-yo.
A what?
Yo-yo.
Oh, a yo-yo.
A yaya.
So it was, hi, pretty lady.
Good morning. My name is Tiara. What's your name?
Everybody's remembering to ask for names now. This is awesome. If you write them down, it'll be even more helpful. Oh, I'm Laszlo.
Laszlo? It's a pleasure to meet you. Could you tell me where I am?
Yes, you are in the south, in the area known as the Southron.
The South?
Southron. S-O-U-T-H-R-O-N. Southron.
Southron.
Yeah.
There's a
Okay.
gold rush going on.
Have you ever heard Whisper Mist?
No, haven't rightly heard of that name.
Do you know what year it is?
I think this is the year of the taxes.
Of what?
The taxes.
The pass?
The taxes.
T-A-X.
Pax?
Tax.
Pax. Year?
No. Tax.
You pay your taxes.
Tax. The year of the taxes.
Yes.
It's April.
Oh,
It's the year of the taxes.
This isn't the year.
The year of the taxes. That's a crappy year.
The whole year.
could I speak
pay
to
your
your
taxes.
father or mother, please?
I haven't got either.
Oh, you work here on the farm? This
I'm a shepherd. I take care of these. How old do you think I am?
I don't
It's
know.
a
How old
gnome.
are you?
214.
It's a gnome.
Oh,
Not a gnome.
Or halfling.
It's not a. It's an elf.
okay. Who do you work for?
The owner of the sheep.
And is she Eldrin also?
What's an eldrin? She's an elf like me.
She said she was an elf?
She's an elf like me.
An elf.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. I'm not there.
The drama, I'm more lost than ever been.
That's our word.
May I speak to your
So you just post like
the
pages.
person who employs you?
No, we won't see her until tax time. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, then she comes and takes away the vaults.
Okay. Is there a town nearby?
There it is.
Yeah. Would you direct me towards the town?
Walk that way until the sun goes down.
Walk that way until the sun goes down. Thank you. And she turns around and starts walking till the sun goes down.
All right.
She tries to walk
I can't
quickly,
believe someone fell for that.
but she's already used her one flight for the day, so she can't even get some extra time that way.
Yep.
She keeps walking.
So as you're walking, you notice. Well, make a perception test.
I look at
This
this.
horse, you think Tiara's doing right?
And other stuff.
I'm sure she's hearing something. Somebody's dead.
Kind of feel bad, but not kind of feel bad.
16.
16. Yeah, there's a group of these smaller, uncharacteristically short elves following you.
They're uncharacteristically short.
Yeah, they're like 3.5 to 4 feet tall.
That
Oh, I wasn't able to do it. This one.
Okay. She stops and she turns around and says, "May I help you?"
Well, you were asking questions.
Yes.
You think you're curious. You think you're curious.
I think I'm curious.
Yes. You have no idea what curious is.
so
Why is your hair so long?
Because it grows very fast.
Why does your hair grow fast?
Oh no, child curiosity.
Because I am a sorceress.
Why are you a sorceress?
Because I
Cheryl,
was
wanna
born
have
with the
buckets.
ability.
So magic was a gift.
I inherited.
Ah, a talent.
I don't understand what you're saying. It's in my blood. Well,
Yeah, that's inheritance. That's talent.
Okay. It's a talent.
All I can hope is that wherever Tiara is, she feels exactly the same way I do every time I have to explain stuff to her. Just more follow-up questions.
Well, what I'm trying to do is, well, you are adults.
That is so insulting.
No, I question because the elves I know are not small folk, they're tall.
Oh, now you're going to be a tallest like some of the others.
Oh,
Tall-
no, I
that's
mean
Glim's
no
word.
disrespect. It's just you're my. This is the first time I've seen elves of your stature, and so my first assumption was that you were children. And I am sorry if I offended you with that assumption. I do not mean to insult.
What do you mean?
Tallest. Hey, stop being such a
I'm trying to
tallest.
find out exactly where I am.
Where you are?
Okay,
I'm the height God made me.
You're in Southron.
I don't know where Sothrin is.
Southron is just south of the kingdom of Clenarthy and just south of Penza.
I guess I am truly lost for them. Those names mean nothing.
Penza should.
Penza does.
What?
Penza should.
Penza.
Penza?
Penza.
Depenza.
I don't
If
recognize.
you don't recall it, then that's fine, but you should know it. You've heard of Penza before.
Okay, I've heard of it, but right now I think maybe she's just a little more lost than normal.
Well, we're just south of there, so they're basically telling you you haven't moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
The terrain looks a lot different. It's the rolling hills and soft. There's not the big boulders and rocks that he saw.
What year is it, please?
That's a silly question.
Well, not if I don't know.
It's 17.
We really gotta stop asking that question because we never
What
get
color
an
is
answer
the
that
sky?
Same red as always.
makes sense. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'm looking up.
Okay.
17.
Awesome.
Yes, I'm a long way from where I should be.
Really?
Yeah.
Where should you be?
I would really like to be home, but
You want to be home?
it's not a possibility right now.
See, this is why you shouldn't judge people. They form a circle around you and start to dance.
And start to what?
They start to dance.
And start to dance.
Yeah, and they're singing a song in Elvish.
Sounds a little like George Michael. George Michael.
No, it sounds like Rick Roll.
Oh,
Never gonna give him up.
we're no strangers to love.
What? Haven't been Rick Roll again.
Head explodes.
I really need to be with my friends.
As in the middle of the dance, are you sure you want to be home or you want to be with your friends? Which is more important to you?
I need to be with my friends.
Okay. They dance a little bit longer, and then you feel yourself falling upwards.
Just a lot of turtlenecks and trench coats dancing badly.
Dancing in a sway.
Okay.
I swear you had a dickie under there, too. I used to have dickies. That's how old I am.
Stop playing with your dicky.
I fall upwards.
Yep. Which way did you guys decide to travel? Opposite of where the ship was going, or...
Did we even decide?
We didn't. We were just, I think, we probably
We were
had.
a little stunned by our beached vessel.
Can we just? Can we all agree that we just like set up camp just in case Kiara was going to come back, just so we can we're not far from where.
But you'll hear her shriek when she gets thrown from the storm some distance away.
Do we deserve a rest? We haven't rested in a while.
I don't know if we deserve it.
I think we do.
You hear me shriek?
Yeah.
We hear you scream as you
Why?
come back.
You're thrown out of the storm laterally, just like he was.
I got
At least you didn't Wilhelm.
I got the.
You want the Wilhelm?
There you go.
There we go.
So is the storm here still?
No, it's some distance. It wasn't even a full storm.
Did we ever confirm with the captain what year we're in now?
What year is it?
Yeah, you did.
We did. So are we in the same year that they started their journey, or are we saying?
It does not matter.
What does mean?
It does not matter.
You're in 137, something like that. 2I.
Super whip.
Do I see in the sky anything strange, like
Just
candle?
just the storm clothes.
Down the kitchen.
Oh, a candle? Yeah, you see candle.
Okay. Based off of that, I know we're not.
Not in the know.
Yeah. And
The blue sky.
The blue sky is the biggest.
Blue
one.
sky is
Yeah.
gonna clear up.
And as the sun, as the sun is westering, the other thing you're going to see that'll blow your mind is you'll see
Westering.
stars for the first time ever.
The hell are those?
The sky's on fire, guys. It's so crazy. It still looks like a bunch of explosions.
I have a question. Is the red sky still? But it's
No, it's blue sky.
It's a blue sky and stars. Okay.
Do we
But
find it?
anyway,
Yeah, you found it.
so I go kaplunk somewhere.
Yep,
Hey, Tiara.
Well, how far away from that?
a couple hundred yards.
Enough to where
Okay.
we could hear you.
So a rapid lateral landing on the ground.
Yep.
Ow, 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 oh, ow.
Is it a new song?
Well, compared to the monk who just kind of tumbled when he landed.
Yeah.
He's used to duck and rolling.
He sticks the superhero landing at the end.
3-point landing.
Does anybody know where we're at?
My knees are jacked up.
Not when, but where.
I think we're still on.
Now can I see them?
They came to get you, yes.
They came to get me.
I think we're still on Whisper.
I
Mr.
just
Mist.
met the oddest group of people. They were in 12.
They're in what?
12. The year 12. And they were elves, but they were only, they said they were elves and they were
Whoa,
only
whoa, whoa.
this tall.
Eldrin.
No, listen to me. They
Listen
said
up.
they were elves and they were only this tall. And all of a sudden some of them started following me. And I turned around and asked them why. I said, you're asking me
They're
a lot
that
of
tall. They
questions."
started
I said,
singing and dancing.
And I said, well,
really,
I'm lost
John?
and I don't know where I am. And he said, well, where do you
Feel
want
bad.
to be? And at first I said, I just wanted to be home. And then I realized that wouldn't help me because then I wouldn't be doing what I was supposed to be. So they had made a circle around me and were chanting.
They were going to send her home.
And then I said, no, I want to be with my friends. And,
Aw, you think of us as your friends. So
and
sweet.
because
I feel bad now.
well, she doesn't say anything to you about that. She just,
No, you did. You just said.
yeah.
You
You
just said
you
I
wanted where your
wish.
friends were.
Yeah, I wanted to be where my friends
And he
were.
says, oh, that's so sweet. I feel
And they
bad.
asked me, are you sure? And
I don't let you as a friend.
She's like sipping.
And I said, yes, I wanted to be here. And so the next thing I know, I'm landing,
It's just fun to fiddle with.
bouncing across the ground. But as I said, they were weird because they were owning. I thought they were children. But they didn't use the name Eldrin. When I said Eldrin, they said, who? I said, they're elves. And at some other completely different time. And all the ground was all green,
Verdant.
rolling hills. They were raising sheep and very pastoral ground area. It was pretty. But it wasn't where I needed to be.
I just now realized what you were.
What I was hinting at.
You're like, shame on me? No.
Shame on you. Shame on everyone.
He's attacking you with pens from above.
Better than pins.
Taylor.
I just dropped it.
So at least now I am here with you. And we're still not where we need to be because, oh, look at the stars.
Yeah, that's very funny. That's very, very funny.
What?
We're not supposed to be where we are, and oh my goodness, stars.
Because
And it's so
It's
tiara.
very true.
But would
That's
would they
tiara.
name them?
No, she does.
Oh, wait, because she's heaven, like.
yeah, I
She's
see
from
this.
Celestia, where these stars come from.
This is the color of, well, earlier it was the color of heaven's sky, and then when it gets a little darker, we see the stars. Just like this, sparks in the sky. It's beautiful, isn't
You're
it?
going, I don't think my crossbows can reach that reach.
It's beautiful.
I'm watching you.
Maybe one near the horizon.
I don't have enough bolts.
Aim for the sun. I think you'll hit it.
Yeah.
Yes.
World has gone crazy.
The world's been crazy.
Gone crazy?
Well,
Where have you been?
it's just that there's so much we don't know about this time stuff that we can't seem to put it in any order because we're not sure what the numbers represent. A 12 here, a 137 here, we're in 127. But obviously our 127 appears to be after the ship. Of course, we can't even be sure of that because we went into a time storm, so we don't know where we are.
You went into a time storm to get to the time storms. You found a vessel that's supposed to be planting time storms.
caused a time storm.
So you're saying to get back, we need to cause another time storm.
How come you guys are
We
here?
just
and
need
not
to
on
make
the
a
ship?
bigger time storm. The mother of all time storms.
He doesn't know anything. He's like,
I don't know.
his mind slowly exploding.
How come we're here and not on the ship?
Do you remember
Because
what
we abandoned the ship.
they were about to shackle us up?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Of course you didn't. You were being ripped into a storm at that moment.
Yeah.
I
I just wanted to show them that I knew what the bottles did, and I knew you were going to be all right and come back to us.
Yeah, that was your show.
I thought it was you caused the storm
I did.
on me.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean, I thought that was.
So shall we cause another time storm?
I don't think it'll take us back because it seems to return to sender. I think the difference about the difference between that big storm is it was gray. It was a big gray storm.
So let's try and make a gray storm.
We know how to do that. You did make one.
We did. You want to make another one?
What happens if you put 3?
no. We don't know what they do. We don't know where
We
it
do
will
know
take
what they
us.
do. We just saw what they do.
Okay, we don't know where it will take us.
Alright, everybody's got a bottle. We just throw it in the same spot and see what happens.
Oh.
Go ahead,
Wait a minute.
bro.
We still haven't found the windswept.
Do you
I
have
don't know where
any
it's the windswept place.
That's where we originally said to go to find
That's our
something
original-
that the windswept
That was the
had
note.
on
That
it.
was what you were
I was trying to be like, let's go back to that, but these bottles came into it.
And what about Tommy? Should we head back that way and see if he
Head back what way?
Tommy.
Tom, pour one out. I'm pouring one out for Tommy. I'm sorry, Tommy. Unless Tommy got swept into the storm.
He's okay.
He's rubbing elbows with Cleopatra in
How do you
Nefertiti.
know he's okay? Have you seen him?
Perfectly fine whenever he is.
Whenever.
Because if we search for the windswept here, it's going to be when we won't be able to commandeer it, as Kern would like to do. Correct.
Do you think we were moved out of time then? But what if we go back that way and we walk back into the storm that we were in?
But we're technically in a time where the windswept is still around.
But it's manned.
Well, that's pretty funny. One of the things that Rainbow had said I didn't notice earlier was magic is from the devil. That's why she said ban me. It's like, no, why would I do that?
So,
Not mine.
yeah, but it's still technically here. So what we want to
What do you want to get on to the windswept and hey, we want the ship now?
No, but maybe we can go back to where it was and when we go back into the storm.
Well, Kern always did want to be a pirate.
Hey, you know the Penza must be somewhere near here.
You think you're going to take a kite away from the Primus with hundreds on board? They don't
Well,
have
hang on a
fire
second.
there. Huh?
Hang on a second. When are you?
We don't know.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we do. You told us.
Right now, we do not know.
No,
You
you
do.
told us. You told
Captain told you.
One.
us. We're
37.
137. Yeah, we're 137.
137 what?
It did say 2i.
We had second iteration. Yeah, because they existed in the second iteration.
That puts it far before the creation of the Primus race. They're not called Primus now.
What were they called?
We don't know.
Gray elves.
Objective 1.
Gray elves.
Get back to her on time.
We got to plan a heist.
There we go.
So we have the way we got there is
Then you
through
get a
these
different crew.
bottles.
I don't think objective 1 is getting
For this
back to our
heist, can I get
time.
a
I think
different crew?
objective 1 is getting a intact
Usually you need a
windswept,
crew. Can I
and
get a
then
different
getting
crew?
back to our time.
Wait, which time? Because according to you people, my time is 10 months ago, before yours.
I feel like we've established that the island we were on really messes with time.
Near time.
What?
Relative time.
I'm just surprised there wasn't
Okay,
a
I'm
smoke
willing to
monster
go
on the
10 months.
island.
Back
on,
into the
on the island of Lost.
Where
They
are
would
these
like to go
demons?
back
I need
to
to
your
go.
land.
I don't have enough mushrooms for this conversation.
What drugs aren't you taking?
Right now, we can't find any
What's
because
God?
the geography.
We're on a boat. We can't find any. There's nothing nearby. Oh wait.
So, hey, nobody tell Kern that it's not a real boat. Let's see how long he stays on the boat.
Kern, what do you think we should do? Captain?
Wait, it's not?
Well,
Captain or
you're
what?
not even a captain.
Yeah, he's not a captain
Captain
anymore.
of what? A longboat on the land?
Yeah, I
We
never
have a
voted.
ship.
This is the Captain Jack argument. He'll argue forever. He just is a captain without a ship. He's still
That's
a captain.
amazing.
I never
Kern.
voted for him.
I mean, what was it? His father's ship is in splinters all over that other place.
Kern, lead the way.
I think if Kern wants to be a captain, he can be the captain of the windswept in this time, and we can make it our goal to get him the kite.
You have got delusions of adequacy.
Delusions of grandeur. Whatever.
Yeah. Adequacy.
Adequacy would be like we should just sit in this boat and for the next 100 years.
No. I
Quit.
still say we should go back to the time that wasn't follow where the winds were.
Kern, do you want to be a pirate?
Oh, I was just enjoying your bickering.
You
It's so nice to hear your voices talk amongst each other for
Yeah, how
so
come-
many
How
iterations.
come you didn't want to meet your father?
What does that have to do with anything?
They did say she was far too curious, didn't they?
Yeah. How come you just didn't want to meet your father?
Come lay down on this couch. We're gonna ask you a few questions about your daddy issues, Karen.
Jeez Louise.
Or we can just go get you a kite. Do you want to be a captain of the windswept?
Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive.
What are we deceiving?
I don't know.
How about we head south in the direction of the ship was coming from? And
We don't even have a
hopefully-
plan. We have half that want to go and half that like nobody. I'm the only one that's verbally said that I want to stay and get this ship, this kite for Kern. If he wants to actually have a ship and that can help its future.
Well, we can't keep it
Why can't he keep
because
it?
it doesn't belong to us.
Oh, Jesus. Jazus.
Who's
Sorry.
that?
Yeah, Jazus. It's the god.
Jeebus.
Jeebus.
Jeebus. Yeah.
Sweet Jeebus.
I think that this is.
I can't go to Africa. I don't even believe
You
in
can
Jeebus.
never look at. I mean, it's a gift. It's a gift horse. We have been talking about our mission was to go and get a functioning kite.
toads.
Now that we know we're in a time that has a functioning kite,
You
We
don't.
did not expect that it was functioning. What we knew is it was lost in the storm,
Okay.
and we wanted the contents of it because it contained stones and other things that could be used.
What's up?
Only its contents.
we don't know what the
Make perception
fellstone.
checks.
But we don't know what the fellstones do.
Except they're,
What is the Fellstone? What are you guys even talking about? What's going on here?
it's something,
Remember, this group doesn't have any concept of fellstones.
no, we do because they were listed in the.
They're listed in the manifesto.
But we don't
the
know why
original
they're
insights.
important or-
You don't know
They,
the
they weren't
context of
something
it.
that we wanted.
Yeah, we don't know what they. We this mission wasn't for the fellstones. It was.
Well,
it was-
It was
okay.
for the kite.
I want
All right. Let's just lay this out now because we've apparently lost our direction again. Our original goal was to commandeer the Windswept. We were under the impression that we're going to get into the storm to get it. The implication was there is possibly still a crew at one point.
a demon crew.
That the ship
That's your motivation.
And that was Amberclaw.
So, we did not know about the island. We got to the island, and the island has mysteries, and it's understandable that we are curious and want to solve some of these mysteries.
Why?
But the mysteries also have questions for us, and we don't need to give them answers.
Okay, but
Yeah,
the
but why
point
do you
is,
need
they
the
thought the
Windswept?
ship was still in the storm because they heard it singing. I think what they heard was the trees singing, not the windswept.
No, because we heard the wind. We heard the
We
singing.
heard the singing.
That you heard it singing the word windswept.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those trees swing
Yeah, but
sing
it
the word
wasn't. It was
windswept.
no, but it wasn't the windswept singing. We just heard the trees singing windswept.
Everything
That's
in that,
different.
on that island said windswept at one point or another.
Yeah, the point is, that could very well be the song that is being heard in the storm,
Island.
is the trees singing. Now, there
Islands in
may
the
be a
storm,
The
ship,
whole island system is.
Just a mass.
and the Primus said that the whole ship was like a piece of wood, living wood. And so the trees that are singing windswept could well be,
They weren't. They were part of the
Offshoot.
Amberclaw.
yeah, they were singing, they are a piece of the windswept. So maybe if we follow the line of the trees, we will find
Those
the
trees were on the
windswept.
amber quell, so they couldn't be part of ergo
Well-
by logic. They couldn't be part of the windswept.
But the windswept.
Unless the Amberclaw was built out of the remains of.
But that doesn't follow logic either because they got their orders from the captain of the windswept.
Gentlemen,
How long-
gentlemen,
how
you're
long
now
after-
actually starting to peer behind the veil.
I know, that's
and you're
why-
realizing John doesn't always give the full truth.
No, I get
as
that.
well.
That's why I said we just gotta go
How
find out.
long do you think
I'm not saying-
Eldrin live?
Well, those Eldrin, those
If they
children.
live on an island and they can wait until the trees get big enough to build another ship. And then that ship stays here long enough for it to become atrophied. How long ago did the windswept go down?
I don't know why she swallowed the fly.
Exactly.
That's why I'm just saying.
Okay, so the questions you should be looking at is, why would the windswept have as an operational guideline to drop onto cities artifacts that will create not tiny storms, but monstrous storms because more than one person is going to be affected by artifacts they find?
These are weapons of mass destruction, yeah.
No, I think what they
They're
are.
not weapons?
I think they move people from a hazardous place to another place.
No.
No.
No, they create storms.
Okay.
That's why it's called the Vault of Storms.
I think the Eldrin were planning something.
Realize the implications of that. If the Eldrin withdrew before the Revening because people couldn't find the truth. Their ultimate revenge for having to leave their homes would be to seed the world with storms that ripped holes in that new timeline.
Back to their timeline.
No, just
No, not theirs.
no. They're just causing trouble.
No, yeah, they were weapons. That's why I was like, why are we? Really obvious.
But you were using okay, so you were using anti-vehicular weapons against infantry. That's why I only took out one person at a time. It's like, oh, this is not a big deal.
No, if you drop that into a city, it would be destructive. Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
That's why it said in the note. I make sure it's either delivered to cities or large human populations. They were trying to cause the most collateral as possible.
I start trying to stare at my backpack that's on my back, realizing I have a nuclear bomb in there.
Fundamentally,
It'd be great to have against the others.
would it?
What it?
Yeah, because the others they're notorious for wiping out the populations in the places they land.
Do you really want to throw them possibly back in time where they could cause more mischief?
It seems like they've been here they've visited numerous times already.
There's actually a reason for that. That unfortunately Kern cannot share because Kern doesn't know.
Kern doesn't know.
Matt, the player, knows.
Okay. So they have wanted to destroy.
It's a giant revenge plot.
Looks like it.
Okay, back to that question. Are we the bad guys?
Then we cannot trust them now.
You're the one that
You almost were the bad guys.
Yeah.
We were the bad guys.
You got off the ship
happenstance.
with the Vault of Storms. You could have been the bad guys.
We're the TR. Like, this is why I say trusting one population or one anything wholeheartedly leads to heartbreak, because you trust the Primus inherently. The Primus were the Wood Elves that
No, they're the Grey Elves.
they're the Grey Elves. They were a part of this plot at some point or another.
Okay, no. If you remember the whole story, I did mention the fact that the Windswept broke from the formation when they were departing. So all the elves were heading up into the sky in their kites. Windswept peeled off and started chasing a dragon.
That was injured, and they want to just, guess? Okay.
You could guess
Makes
how
you wonder
it
That
why
was the rumor.
Dragon.
That's the rumor. It could have been to go kill it. It could have been to stop it from giving its message.
after it got its message.
So do we want, so falling back into what we need to achieve our ultimate goal, since we're here, closer to whatever time we are. We don't know if the Windswept exists, but currently exists. Do we want to explore and see if we can find any remnants of it or any more information before we go back to our time, since we already know that
how do we go back to our time?
the Gray Storm.
You
I
Well, we don't know where we'll land.
pushed us back more.
Yeah, look at the Great Storm.
Watch us get back to the first
In fact,
iteration.
it sucked us in.
Not far from it right now.
We gotta go-
137.2i, first iteration just finished
Or
37 years ago.
Oh, gee, we only have to cover, what, 6,000?
Or we can go
Yeah, 6,500 years ago.
Six
it was.
we
times.
can try to travel forward in time the way I traveled forward in time, or the way she traveled forward in time, because it technically wasn't the storms that sent us back. In her case, it
Now,
was.
do you still have the rubbing?
No, it wasn't the storm that sent us back.
No, she's asking, do you still have
Yeah,
your...
we still have it, but I don't think that sends us through time. And it's hoping that Bob had already created that seal in whatever time we're in now.
Or any demon game can put us in
No,
great
it's
trouble?
it's
No, it's specifically
Bob's. That's what I asked that the first time.
We
So-
clarified that one.
Yep.
Yeah, specifically that it only connects back to anywhere Bob had put that gate. So it's not like a random demon gate. So yes, we could do that, and we'd pop up in Selk at this time. Or we can go find a dragon or a group of tiny elves that could wish us back to send us back to our...
But they were in
Do we
12.
know that the tiny elves can
In
wish us
12, I
places?
don't
Well,
know
the elf sent her back.
Oh, okay.
when I
dragon
went
sent me
back.
back.
What color was the storm?
We don't have.
His was red. Yours was red.
Blue.
Mine was red?
This was blue.
The two merged was
Blue.
gray.
No, the other one was red and yellow.
It
And it
became
merged to gray.
That
Mine was blue. Okay.
Right.
Which is not how the color spectrum works, but I'm gonna.
So what do you guys want to do?
I say we go back to our camp and we continue to look for the
Our
windswept.
camp doesn't exist.
How do you know?
Because pretty sure we're not from around here. Or from around this
I
side.
gotta-
I know I'm not from around here.
No, so you sent her by throwing it to her feet, and then she met those people that sent her back. So if we do that, we might be able to talk to them. So send us where we need to go.
It's not clear that it's going to send us to the same exact time.
Yeah, it's
Hey, we
random.
go for
It's
it.
too
I'll
random.
stand back.
Actually, I'll do.
Kurt's
No, that's not.
already hiding behind something. You do you.
Lucius, that's going out of character.
I
for
can't
you.
shoot a crossbow at it. I'm staying here.
And then we only have 3, so it only works like one person. Or
We have
Oh no, you can
four.
throw it. You can drop it at your feet. Slam it into the ground right
as long as
below
we're close to
you.
each other.
It's just whoever gets caught up in the storm as it hits.
Oh, the whole storm. Okay.
It's a big storm.
If you dropped it at your feet.
So
We know-
we hug it out and then drop one at our feet.
But we don't know where it's going to send us. And we don't know if we. But
Hopefully you only set the same spot.
But that's
That's
the
a good
thing.
point.
We don't know when it sends us. We don't know if we can get back. Because listen, the only reason we're back is because I talked to a dragon, and she talked to a group of elves.
Not Eldrin, elves.
Crew.
Elves.
Crew. Here's a question. If we didn't have these these bottles,
Ignore
what
it.
would be our options be? What would our options be?
Go to
Go
the
back
next
to
one.
war.
Explore for
Exactly.
This
That's
go-
what I've been trying.
Let's and it's a great idea. Let's explore. Let's see if we can find the nearest town.
Yeah, I went back.
I like to check for tracking, so tracks.
Okay, sure.
Well-traveled path.
Yeah, since we don't have part of the universe, we're always with us.
20.
There seems to be a form of either a deer trail or a cattle trail that runs up the ridge inland. There also seems to be perhaps a little less used a secondary pathway that leads towards the ocean again.
Inland or ocean?
Well, we can fish in the ocean.
Do you have fishing tackle?
Yeah, in camp.
Yeah.
We're not anywhere near the camp anymore.
How do you know?
Oh, walk to the beach and
The
find
camp
out.
has been
Let's go
lost.
find out, shall we? It
No,
was-
no, she can. This is a learning moment for Tara. You can go find out, and we'll wait here for you. Because I'm not walking there just to find out there's nothing there.
Fighting the party.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
If you could split it more equitably, perhaps, but just sitting here on our own.
Is the general layout of the land similar to where we were at?
Right, except that the
okay.
plant, except for the plant cover is a lot different, and it seems
And, like,
more rolling
okay.
hill-like.
And blue sky. The water's wrong.
They called it South Run.
Southrid,
And they talked about.
but that was 100.
ants.
That was in 137.
And another place I had never heard of.
Penza in the kingdom of Tenarthy?
Yeah.
That's what I wrote down. That's what I hope I saw.
Penza?
So there's trails
Penza.
that lead inland.
You say the word Penza, you recognize the name Penza. That's the capital of the Seven Princes capital.
We had a conversation about it 2 sessions ago.
Right.
Well, that's a capital of the Seven Princes, so perhaps it's still traversable.
Definitely find a ship there if it is.
Yes.
Yeah, should be.
And that was south,
Was that
It's
inland or
north of
towards
you.
the sea?
north of us.
That's north. Straight north. I'm sorry, south of you from here. South around the corner. No, you're at the Horn, so.
Anybody have one of the maps?
What are we
We
going to
don't
do without
know where we
supplies?
are on the map is the problem.
Well, so far, everything they've told you, every place that you've been to has said you are on basically the southern point.
Southern Point.
Simon said that she was there to watch for something, and Southron is supposedly going to be obviously very south. So it's possible you haven't moved physically.
Penza's not marked.
It would be good to have our supplies.
It'd be good to have a lot of things.
Lucius, the trail that you found, it looks like it leads towards the city.
I think we lost our
It could be.
Tiara.
One cattle trail
It's
is
a
in.
cattle trail. So
What we have is
Well, the
what's
cattle
on
trail
there.
probably leads
What
to at
concerns
least some
me
form
more
of
is
Some farm or
civilization.
something, yeah.
Yeah, so we can stop there, get some information, maybe get a little bit of help. Lucius, can you track the trail?
yes, I can.
So,
Lucius, please lead the way towards the possible farmer.
We're all together, right?
Yes.
Can I do a divine sense on the trail?
okay, the trail's not going to detect as evil or good, and you're not going to pick up any of the creatures described as your.
Very cool.
There's no fey nonsense disorienting us.
Right.
It's one good check, actually.
Right.
So, Lucius,
Considering, yeah. I mean,
Lucius leads the way. Hopefully we find a form of
Okay,
civilization.
as
that was a
you're
farmer.
climbing up the ridge, behind you, off the coast at some distance, you can see the maelstrom still spinning off the coast.
That's scary looking.
Oh, that's where we came in when we first met you.
What color is it?
It's gray.
It's gray.
It was green last time.
Yeah.
The other storm may have changed it.
Well, we're still gonna just traverse and see if we
Right.
can get some more
Because
information.
it was growing.
Pushing on.
Okay. So as you climb the top of the ridge, you see several of the cattle. They're basically a longhorn sloop back. Not. It's obviously some form of milk cow. The udders on some of the females are just ridiculously huge. And there's an elf kind of guiding them. And the elf out in front of them is got the long ears and little walking crop. He
The,
might be
the 12
three-
elf.
Yeah, the 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 foot tall.
The ones I saw were in
We approach.
12.
Okay. As you do, he'll naturally be protective of his herd. Curl around the moving group of animals. And
Greetings.
What ho, travelers?
We are lost. Perhaps you could tell us where we are?
Oh, there's nothing. Not for miles.
Perhaps you could tell us a little bit more
You
information?
let me guess. You guys are circus performers who have lost your way.
Some of us tell very long and very intricate stories, yes.
Circus? What is a circus?
Wow. You have some interesting individuals among you.
I am cursed with the burden.
Indeed, as I am with these cattle. Sure, come along. My bride and my children will be glad to set you guys up for the night with a place to stay and all of that.
Oh, you are most kind.
Do mind the cattle. They do bite and kick, so they're not unmanageable, but they are definitely irascible. He runs around to the front and gets in
What's
front
your
of the
name?
captain.
We are grateful for your kindness.
Oh, I am Calvic.
Calvin.
Calvic?
Calvic.
Calvic.
Calvic. I'm Tiara. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Fish mulberry.
Oh,
That's Tay.
What is this?
oh, are you for the Dick's Mulberries?
Yes.
What a circus is.
Oh my!
They have the knowledge.
What a pleasure! I have not get to meet any nobility before. You look a lot more mortal than the Eldrin I've met before.
Oh. Yeah.
He bows very low,
Even lower.
nose to his toes, kind of
I don't
deep
know
lunge
which
like
Tay.
bow.
What the hell is going on?
It's how they greet people. You don't have to throw water at them.
Oh, okay.
Come to
Just
Ron.
accept his kindness.
You may rise. Sorry.
Oh no problem. As I said, so glad to have someone of nobility. He starts shouting at the house, Sarah, our best dishes. And double the amount of water in the soup. We have guests.
Get the clean plates.
Put away the phone.
Shh, don't.
I'm sure something will go. Wait till then.
Oh, we accept the gracious
Absolutely.
offerings.
Okay, he offers huge loaves of bread, some cheeses as a quick appetizer before the main meal.
Can I do it like?
Much more on the breads than on the meats and cheeses. He's kind of skimpy on
Yeah.
that.
Breads they would
Meats and
have,
cheeses
meats and
are
cheeses
expensive.
are rare and harder to
Can I just do
come by.
like an insight check on this to make sure like everything's on the up and up?
Make sure he's
Oh,
not
what
poisoning
basis?
us.
Like we're not getting poisoned. He's just giving us.
Oh,
free food.
yeah, no problem. It's just
Yeah.
Alright, it's very
He's
good.
mistrusting
Hey,
him.
hey, I'm the paranoid one, okay?
Don't cut into my stick.
This is my tenor talk.
Lucius lifts it to the bread. That bread's looking a bit funny. I just don't. I random kindness is off-putting to me.
oh, then you haven't visited in the rural communities of Nycos before. It's only in the cities you run into double speak and distrust.
Okay.
The elf says.
Says the elf. Yeah. So how have you traveled to here? By vessel, or did you come
My
off-
boat.
Would you believe us if by rowboat?
That would have been a long trip. From what community are you?
The Selk community.
Oh, don't believe I know where that is.
Whisper Mist.
It's a little.
Oh, it's Whisper Mist. I have not heard that name for a while. That's as far as I know, the Whisper Mist is well, it's not supposed to happen yet.
Did you actually say that?
Yeah.
What do you mean it's not supposed to happen?
Oh gosh, no. Man, this food is great.
Yeah.
You say do you make it or do you purchase it?
Yeah.
So everybody had to be like,
To get into his house. Yeah.
So I'm eating
Yoda's
outside.
house.
I sit outside with the egg.
I'm in the window. I'm like, thanks
Yeah,
for the
exactly.
soup.
You open up the window and reach in, drive-through
Sorry
style.
about the window.
I sit outside with
Just
the
a full arm goes through
No, they would open the window for you.
It's not even open.
Hey guys, more water.
Let's use a bucket.
Anyway, Sarah, his wife, is a little taller than he is. Her ears are not as pronounced, and she has a somehow to you familiar facial bone structure. So she might actually be high up.
I'm gonna say grandma.
So in this time, elves are just drastically shorter.
No, just the Anandran.
Huh?
Just the Anandran are classically short.
Oh, but you said her facial structure looked like it was a high elf.
She does.
Okay.
But that means she's more than likely a half elf, half day, and half Anandran.
And she's taller than he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slightly.
She also is a pleasure to meet you. I am Tiara. She expects you guys to introduce yourself.
She goes, you travel with rather rough customers. Are you okay?
I have been fine.
I
She's
just smell
more of a
alcohol
pain
on
to
that
us.
one, and this one's clearly a cut from the sales.
You spend a week with her, and if you don't smell of alcohol after a week,
They laugh it off.
Of course.
I have much to learn about. I have much to learn. And they sometimes are able to help me understand more. But again, thank you for the hospitality.
Anyway, what brings you to the South Run?
we're looking for a town to gather some supplies. So the nearest place. We appreciate your hospitality, but we're just trying to find some more supplies for our journey. So if there's a town nearby, we'd love to get to it.
Oh,
Did you ask if there was a town nearby?
no, there's not a town there. He didn't ask anything about a town nearby. What are you talking about? Matter of fact, your urgency suggests you're looking for a town, and with that,
I wonder.
Yeah, there's a trading village not far from here. Probably a day by foot, a couple hours by horse. Of course, I see you have no horses, so
No,
by foot.
You have a rowboat, it's not that far back.
Well, I was gonna ask, would you happen to have any horses for sale?
Have what?
Horses,
Oh, no.
Are the
No.
cows tall enough
Those
to
are
ride?
pretty tiny.
oxen.
For them, yes. For you, no. They-
Okay.
They're like, we have ponies.
We do.
Ponies, I just need to strap one to each foot.
No, can we get two? Yeah.
Dropping stuff.
So, we can definitely accommodate you for the night. Their 4 children have already built you tents outside to stay in.
Thank you. We really don't want to oppose that much.
No, it's very rare that we get to
she
have.
gives a blessing at the table when we're at it, because I took it as a cleric spell.
Okay, and as you're praying, all of them are stone silent and staring at you oddly.
Okay.
As you're casting a spell that doesn't do what it does. What you think
She
it
just gives a
does.
blessing on the house and all who are in her.
Yes.
And that,
He looks at you and says, "Did you not know that religion is outlaw?"
religion. Oh, then
Yes.
I'm sorry if I have offended you. I will not withdraw my blessing.
No, you didn't ask, and so you said you don't know these things. I'm just clarifying. You do not want to make your religious nature known because the soldiery will put you under irons.
Okay.
And in the big cities, you might end up actually as auto de fe.
What's that?
They put you in a canister, coat you with kerosene, and light you on fire, so that you create music for their parties.
Lovely.
So would the paladin have a problem with this, or?
Yes, Paladin should be bristling,
I'm just like,
reaching for your sword hilt, going, "What are you talking about?"
oh my god.
Blasphemy.
Yeah, that would be a bummer. Thank you for reminding us.
Yeah.
Just wouldn't want you to fall into any, trouble in the cities.
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll find some.
It was like a big cross on the arm.
So, were you guys know Thomas?
Who?
Thomas Kincaid.
Yes.
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 I don't think so.
Oh, that didn't sound familiar.
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
I don't never heard of anyone named that ever.
Oh.
Why?
Oh, he passed by here not 2 days ago.
He did. Oh, that is wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
Wonderful to hear someone we don't know pass by.
Exactly.
How did this
I
man
didn't
look?
claim that I didn't know him.
Well, he was in his
We
late
don't know
40s.
him.
He was in his late 40s?
Yeah, had a pack on his back.
If you had to say in relation, how tall, I know this is, but how tall was he?
Oh, about the same height as.
Oh, jeez.
We passed. Okay. Thank you very much.
So you know more than you think you know.
I never said I don't know.
No, but no. Her
I
reaction.
said there
indicates-
was a lot that I don't know.
Right, and now you just showed that you know something.
I know things, but sometimes not
You're
the things
awfully curious herder.
that
There are reasons why me and mine live out here in the wilderness and away from community. Eldrin are usually communal creatures. The fact that I married into what my parents think was a bad relationship has put me on the outs with them. Hence, I moved down here.
Can I, are they given any inclination that we're coming from a time where high elves or Danes are being persecuted or something like that?
No?
No?
Apparently religion is.
No, because if she has part high elf in her, that might be the reason they're so far ostracized, and if, especially.
No, it's actually her family that is.
Oh, that doesn't like him.
Right.
Okay.
she married beneath her station to marry an Inandran.
Got it. Okay.
Well, love should win out.
That's
You
a
guys
good
are-
mentality to keep, Gish. You keep believing that.
So tell me,
I hope it works
when was the
out
last
for
time you saw Mulberry?
4 days ago, I think.
Wow! What form of transportation are you using that allows you to move so quickly from Nyx to here?
Trees.
Wind.
Trees and wind.
You're perhaps a more accomplished druid than I would have assumed.
How did you ever mention?
Well, I'm still young, so
I look over.
When
like,
he was a young
I
druid.
look over. I'm like, you never mentioned Mulberry.
Last name.
His last
my
name's
last name.
Mulberry.
He introduced himself.
He introduced himself, and I
And
said,
you.
"Oh, are you from the Nyx Mulberries?" And he said, "Yes." That's why they invited you to their house.
Yes.
And got the good tableware out.
That's right.
And extra water.
Apparently, we're
So how is the king and queen?
It's just like a bed. Oh, that's cool.
good last time I checked. Look at you guys suspiciously.
Ping-a-ring.
Rainbow's back.
Yay!
Who's back? Rainbow?
The rainbow one. Yep.
What does he call himself? Rainbow?
The rainbow one,
The rainbow.
Rainbow
and
one.
then a number as well. Rainbow one.
Rainbow 1.
They keep claiming strange things about Nyx, but I don't believe them.
Oh.
I was there 3 days ago. It was fine.
4 days ago.
4 days ago.
5.
days ago.
You said 4.
3.
So, what claims are they making about?
No. No. No.
And they're all going no after they're the ones that told you.
They claimed that months ago something happened to it.
This soup is nice.
Oh. Yeah. What's in this soup anyway?
Change the subject. Change the subject.
I trip.
Eggleth.
I trip Eggleth outside and he falls on the house. Boom! Just to change the
Oh,
subject.
no.
That's so mean to Eggleth.
He falls onto their
You
house.
know, you probably will hurt yourself trying.
I'm like, Eggleth, fall on something. Like, just make it holler.
Like it's like tripping a tree.
They get you off the subject somehow.
Okay. Huh.
We get you off the subject you don't want to talk about.
Got you off the chopping block.
Oh, it's so tiring.
And Lucius, how
All
did
this
you get to
travel.
be so far south? We understood that the nearest mortal hold was in Eldrasar.
I'm on a special mission escorting His Highness.
Good.
That's fascinating.
I am
How long have the Eldrin and how long have the elves of Dea and the humans been discussing such things?
it's a special contract.
Oh, all that soup made me tired. Is anyone
I
else
just said it's like
tired?
Wolverine.
You know, I think I'm getting pretty tired. Lucius, you look tired right now. You wanna go to bed? We've been traveling for a long time. All that boat rowing, you know?
Well, I'm sure you are probably tired, so we probably should cut this short as long as you got enough to eat and everything's fine.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you. You've been very
You've
good.
been very,
And you've been
yes.
very generous. Oh, and she would leave him something, but she can't. Leave nothing that does not belong. If you don't take anything, you can't leave anything either. Okay. She was just trying to think of some kindness that she could do.
You could leave kind words.
She said, "Can I help you clean up?"
Got excited.
Certainly.
Thank you. I will do that.
And so
Many hands make the job light.
that's nice. I'll probably remember that. So you and Sarah are basically doing cleanup and the kids. Yeah. He comes out and sits on the porch and smokes a pipe.
I join him. Smoke my pipe.
Ooh, you have a bit of the long leaf there.
Yes, indeed.
Doesn't grow around here. How did you acquire such? Did you bring it from Nyx?
Yes.
You have Nyx longweed?
Oh, God.
You don't happen to have any seed pods with you.
I may search around my backpack.
Okay, roll percentage dice.
27.
Now roll again, but you want to roll under that.
10.
Yep, you found your house.
Here.
As soon as you offer to him, he starts to hand you coins.
A gift. For your generosity.
Are you sure?
For your generosity, yes.
Oh my. Thank you.
He just died inside.
Looking at him scathingly.
He shrugs his shoulders. Now we know why the short elves die out.
They all get too stoned to live.
While we're washing dishes, she has a. I'd like to ask a question, but if you don't
I'd like to ask you questions too.
Okay.
So question and answer?
No!
Just a moment.
We left her alone.
From outside.
One for one.
Just someone's.
I'm a more of a sporting person. 5 for 5.
I will do my best to answer your question.
Okay, so ask away.
You said that religion is basically banned, forbidden. Do you know why this is?
Yes, because the gods abandoned us.
Oh. She just doesn't know enough of that, I think.
My turn.
Yes.
Where are you really from?
From, all of a
That's a
sudden,
good question.
the
Who
name
even
went right
knows?
out of my head. The actual part, Occipitus.
Okay, I don't know what that means, so I'll wait for my second question. Your next question.
What?
I will wait for your next question.
I really only had that one.
We're playing 5 for 5.
I know. She smiled and said, "What are the ages of your children?"
Oh, playing coy, are we? 975. Thank you.
Not quite. I just only had the one question, so I'll
in that case, I won't take advantage of you. You are showing a level of innocence. I'll only ask you this one other question. Is that Teu Nabed guy available?
I don't know what you mean by available.
I have a sister that we've been trying to get married off for some time.
Making it sound like a real keeper there. Been trying for a really long time. No takers.
It's a
Her name's Kate.
I do not know if he has any commitment to a woman. I have known of none as long as I
Well, you
know.
can let him know that
He's always welcome.
Yeah, that if he looks her up, Catherine of Daya would be interested in talking.
Catherine of Daya. And where would she be?
In
See, there is a question. Good, we got to a third question.
No.
Where would he look her up?
In Daya.
Oh, in Daya.
Diet.
All right, I shall do so. Thank you.
So you got to a third
And
question.
now
I
you
this.
get another one.
I do.
You're killing me here.
What kind of mutation created the eggless?
I don't know. But there are others of his kind.
No, they're taller than he is.
Oh, they're taller than he is.
Bulkier too.
So I've never seen
They
them.
called you a runt.
But yes, some of them came into camp.
Another giant.
Somebody didn't some of them come into Selk? Other Goliath?
But not here.
But not here.
Isn't that how they're named?
Well, okay, but I could say that I saw them before.
So they're new?
That's how they're named. It's just
Well, to me, they are.
They're not.
only first,
They're not another strain of mortal, are they?
I don't know what they are. The best thing to do is ask him.
honestly.
I haven't seen them before.
Well, See, I hadn't seen one until I met him, and then there were a few others that entered the town and
Oh, and you said what town did you come from?
north, way north.
Town called North?
North, I think it's north. I'm not sure. It's on the East Coast. It's north of Whisper Mist.
Okay.
She's trying to be truthful.
Yeah. All right. So she
She
comes
was
walking in
pretty
looking like a
funky.
cat that ate the canary because she's got information she didn't have before.
You tell me, or do you
So
go
it's
through
easy
stuff?
time.
No, and then when she threw helping her, said, thank you very much for allowing me to help you. And I think I'll go out now and
Join your friends. Yes.
meditate for a while. But she goes out, sits under the stars, and just goes into a quiet mode.
The little lights on her hip flashing.
You tell me what she told you? I have no way of knowing unless you have to say it.
You're going to tell them what you found out.
Me?
Yes.
He's got a date if he ever goes to Dia.
Because I just want to.
He wants to know about that part of the story. Did
Oh,
you?
no, she'll meditate for a while. She's not going to zone out for an hour.
I'm not going to be his
And then she'll
wingman.
come back to herself and says, the wife of the house asked me if you were available. Because she knows somebody called Catherine of Dia in Dia.
That's what I want to know. Do I recognize the name?
Yes, there was a Catherine the Great long ago who basically was the equivalent of the Black Widow Spider Queen. She executed or killed her husbands,
No.
like 8 or 10 of them in a row.
No,
Yeah, and I'm like,
break the cycle.
I wonder if
Tay.
trying to find what.
Break the cycle.
hey, I would never,
Make her mad.
just because of reasons that the party doesn't know, I would never, I'm not longing for any type of relationship, but I also laugh at the fact that you're trying to set somebody up
No,
with like a
I'm
notorious
not- I'm trying to-
man-eater.
But even then,
I,
she really
she
done that.
wants to say
I know, but I just laugh at it. I chuckle. Like, I know you don't know, but I just chuckle at the fact that you've just met the
Okay.
sister of a notorious man-eater.
Okay.
Want to make sure we're clear.
Yeah, she made
We're
it blue.
in the past.
The way they just described it, you are probably in the second iteration.
Okay.
That's
There's a big problem I have.
There's a big problem you have?
Yeah.
What's the big problem you have?
Thomas.
Being older than you?
So she tells us about everything?
Did you tell about everything, including Thomas and all of that?
Oh, yes, Thomas is about 40 years old.
Well, yeah, I mean,
That he's here.
And
I
it's
think-
in the past.
I
And
Think
he
about
was
that.
I have
past-
multiple theories on it. I think he might have got here before us and he's been wandering.
Yeah.
Or he's just older.
Well, it chronologically matches with the time of the first gray storm. So if he got hit with the gray storm expanding out from the ocean, out to the ocean, it would have transported him randomly to some other place. So it's possible that he got here before you did.
And he's just aged. Or he,
Okay, because
He
the
got
other
moved
way
out.
was
you thought he was just.
I thought we
you
knew
thought he was
that
an
before
immortal.
I was talking to the
immortal.
woman.
You thought he was like the captain or the quartermaster. He was just an immortal.
He's the evil.
Well, they weren't evil, remember?
Oh, she,
they were just
she
immortal.
kind of wondered
and they were
what
trying to
you
protect
were,
their ship.
whether you were mortal or not. And I said
question
I
about
didn't know.
Captain Gnome shouldn't live that long.
Um, and if you were new, and I said
First I
I'd
thought we were
seen a
finished.
couple before,
This is
but
not
you were the
like
first
the
one I ever met.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got all the way over there.
You kicked it, I think, when you knocked everything over.
And I asked her the names of her age of her children. And then after that, I had no more questions, and no more questions. We were kind of doing one for one. She said 5 for 5, but I ran out of questions.
I poke her. Yep, that feels like you.
What feels like you?
You!
It feels like he pokes you and says, "Yep, that feels like you."
Yes.
But that doesn't sound like you.
Not having
I
questions.
truly did not have a question of her. In fact, I had to make up the one about the children.
I just poked my which direction did Thomas go?
Oh yeah, for town. He asked the same question you did.
Okay, so do we just?
He did make some really nice shoes.
That is Thomas.
That is Thomas.
Lights out.
You don't even know who Thomas is.
Lights out, everyone. Time for bed.
All right, and I know it's a little early. We're at 4:30 now, and we're at a fairly decent, quiet place to stop for the week.
A lull.
Okay.
300 experience points for people that are still behind me. Well, everybody gets them, but those that are behind are catching up a little bit more. And thank you all for watching, and we will catch you all next time. Make sure you watch our other streams on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 6 p.m. on Nycos DND.
Bye.
Right.